How's it going, everybody? Ryan here for Meet the Bam Fam, our daily 5 o'clock stream this week. We did have Andrew available with us on Monday. We had David here, our store supervisor, interviewed yesterday. And tonight is going to be Becca, who is already having a laughing fit, and we haven't even started yet. How are you doing today, Becca?
I'm doing all right.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
She's going to get grilled. All right. So if you guys are joining us, if this is the first time you've joined us, we do have a link that's going to be in the description on the bottom of your screen, as well as in the chat, where you can join us live and ask us questions. Dave or you guys at home will feed me questions into my ear, and we will ask Becca those questions for you. Whether she chooses to answer or not is up to her. And hopefully she tells the truth and nothing but the truth, so help her God.
I plead the fifth.
The 5th, the 12th, and the 9th.
Oh.
What?
You didn't alter this. Hold on.
Okay, so Dave's doing some technical stuff over there. So anyway, make sure you guys ask your questions for Becca. She is, just so you guys know, she is the only female retail employee here, which may change some of your questions up. She has also been here for 2 years, so she's one of the more seasoned of our employees.
Okay.
What's that?
That could have been a question, but okay. I think just continue on.
That's all right.
I'm chilling.
We'll get there.
Go ahead.
We'll get there.
Go ahead.
So if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to put them in your chat, whether on YouTube or Facebook, or Dave's going to post a link for you to join us live on video chat, and you guys can just let us know what your questions are. Okay? Are you ready, Becca?
No.
It's not that bad. Come on. Andrew and David already did it.
I know, I'm feeling like I'm being.
And just think about it. You get to get me back on Friday.
True.
I don't think I have anything. I definitely don't have any embarrassing questions or anything in here.
Yeah, you still had my name in there, so I had to readjust all that.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So, first things first, we just kind of talked about it a little bit. How long have you worked at Bricks the Minifigs?
2 years.
2 years exactly?
Just answer.
2 years exactly?
No, a little. 2 years and a month.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy working at Bricks the Minifigs?
No.
How do you like it as your job? That's hey. If you don't like it, that's fine. I take no offense. This is an open table here.
No, I do like working here. This is my first
Off
job
the
too.
record.
So
Your first official job?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a pretty easy first job.
Pretty easy first job.
Yeah. Like if I was like a waitress or something, I feel like I couldn't do it for as long as
You
I've
couldn't
been
hack
here.
it in a restaurant?
No.
All right. Let's go to, what is your favorite thing about working here at Bricks the Minifigs?
The parties.
What kind of parties are you talking about, Becca?
Birthday parties.
Oh, the birthday parties. Oh, that's right. Okay. So Becca is our head party host, or hostess, rather, here at Bricks the Minifigs, as she is the senior party host. So what do you like about the parties?
I like the kids. They're a lot of fun. I've had one party where I was just kind of like, yeah. But every party I've done besides that one, I've always had fun, and the kids have always had fun. So
you like hanging around the smiling faces and all that stuff. And what do you feel about like over energetic parties? We're just running around like crazy.
It depends on
It's
how.
kind of like what you're doing in your head all the time.
I don't know. It depends on how well they listen, though. Like if they're running around and like, we're not really doing anything. I don't have anything like set that we're going to do yet.
Mhm.
Then okay, fine. But if you're gonna run around when I'm trying to explain something, then I kind of get
Then you get annoyed.
frustrated. Yeah. But besides that,
So you like the parties?
Yeah.
The birthday parties. just to elaborate there.
Jeez.
What kind of parties do you guys have? Okay, I'm gonna hold off on that one here. We're gonna change it up a little bit, get outside of work. I already know this answer, but we're asking for the public here. Are you an early bird, a night owl, or neither?
Night owl.
Okay.
I'm up until like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
What time do you go to bed?
4:35.
Okay, so what time do you wake up?
Noon.
So you're asleep from like 5 to noon. So you were definitely not a breakfast person.
No.
Or are you like a
I
brunch
like
person?
breakfast, but I don't ever eat breakfast. Like if my parents plan on going out to eat breakfast, okay, fine. But other than that, no, I don't eat
What's your favorite breakfast food?
French toast.
Ooh.
If we go somewhere.
Now,
French
okay,
toast.
here's a question for you. Because I like French toast too.
Yeah.
But do you like the buttered with like syrup on it French toast, or do you like the cinnamon sugar French toast, or do you like powdered sugar French? Like what kind of French toast are you? Because people do it different ways. I don't know why.
I don't know. It depends on where we go.
What would you prefer if it didn't matter where you went? Are you a syrup person? Are you a cinnamon
Yeah.
sugar person? Or
sometimes I get the cinnamon sugar with syrup.
combination.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right. Since we're on the topic of food, what is your favorite entree to eat for lunch or dinner?
Pasta. Any kind of pasta.
Any kind of pasta.
Yeah.
What kind of? Okay, so since we're going really generic with the pasta here,
Like
what kind of sauce do you like on your pasta? Do you like a marinara red sauce? Or
depends
you
on
like an
what it
Alfredo
is. I like
sauce?
lasagna. I like chicken
If you picked one.
Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo. That's my favorite.
Chicken Alfredo was the bomb.
Yes, it's my all-time favorite.
Okay.
Just
So
to
there you
cue
go.
in, I got
What's that, Dave?
several questions already rolling.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and take some of those?
Okay. So from Ken, he asked favorite theme.
Are you on mute? Are your mic unmuted too? Just before you start asking.
I mean, I'm on.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he asked what your favorite Lego theme is, favorite set, favorite movie.
He asked this for you too. Like the exact.
He
Did
asked
you
the
just copy
same thing
paste
for
this?
Andrew as well. It's fine. It's a
Favorite.
baseline.
So
question.
favorite theme. So favorite Lego theme.
I have a favorite theme.
So okay, so let me get to this first beforehand.
Okay,
So
okay,
then
okay.
we'll come back to that one, Ken. So hold on a second. So we're gonna go into: are you into Lego? And
Okay.
if you are, how did you get into it?
I'd say I'm kind of into Lego. I wouldn't say a complete yes and a complete no.
Okay,
What was the second part?
describe that. Well, I mean, like, what is that supposed to mean? You
When
are,
did
but
that-
you're not.
I collect stuff I like. I don't stick to like certain themes, certain sets, certain
Okay,
whatever. I just kind of
you just pick what you like and you buy it.
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay, and how did you get into Lego?
My brother played with Mega Block as a kid. He had
Okay.
the Pirates of the Caribbean big ship set. That was pretty cool. I always played that with him, but
Okay.
I never had like my own stuff. And then my mom
Did you ever steal his ship?
probably.
It's long ago. They
Probably.
can't get you for it right now. Don't worry.
I don't remember, but probably. And then my mom has Legos, so
Okay.
I guess.
What
a
kind of
little bit
Legos does
that.
your mom collect?
Sets, minifigures,
Okay.
that.
Okay. Mostly minifigs, as
Yeah.
we know here.
Yes, mostly minifigures.
She's has almost all of the collectible minifig series. Is
Mhm.
that correct?
I think she's missing a couple of the DC ones still that just came out.
And of course,
then-
the dreaded Mr. Gold.
Yep, Mr. Gold.
Which, if any of our other BAM stores are watching right now, I don't know which camera we're on or never. But if any of our other BAM stores are watching right now, please, if you have one for sale, she's been looking for it for years.
Yeah.
And has the money to pay for it. So please let us know. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Ken's question.
Ken's question.
So his question was, do you have a favorite theme? So you answered that you kind of just buy what you like.
Yeah.
So out of the stuff that you've seen, like let's say coming through the store and some of the things, maybe some of the sets that you bought, what theme were they part of? Like what would be your favorite theme from the stuff that you've dealt with here at the store?
I think from the ones that I've bought and the ones that I've seen that are my favorite, I think they were part of Creator. But
Okay.
I'm not
The Creator
100%
line?
sure.
Okay. You don't like the hidden side stuff? With the ghosts?
I have one hidden side set and it was pretty cool, but then I just kind of stopped messing with it.
Okay.
Some of the ones that they have now that came out are pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I really wanted to, I would get them, but I'm not like I have to go get them. So
Okay. So on that note, what is your favorite set? Was the second part of his question.
I can only pick one.
Yes.
Then it would have to be the Volkswagen bus.
The big one?
Yeah,
the big
the
red
big
one?
one.
Okay.
That was my favorite.
And then, Dave, there was a third question part of that, which
Favorite
was,
movie
what is
for-
your favorite movie?
My Girl. Easy.
Really? Like the OG, like
Okay.
Macaulay Culkin, My Girl?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie.
Wow. That was Macaulay Culkin in that, wasn't it? Or no, or was it I don't remember who it is. No, it's been so long since I've seen the movie. But that's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Why is it your favorite movie?
I like how it's like not modern. I know it wasn't made, around this generation.
I don't know if you were born yet. I don't think you were. You
Yeah.
were definitely not born
But
yet.
I like that it's an older movie, and I like the story of it.
Okay.
It's cute.
Okay. It was a pretty adorable show.
Yeah.
All right. How long ago did you start dealing with Lego? Whether it's built, played with, or been around? So you said your brother kind of got you into it. So when was that? Like, how old were you?
Probably like 4 or 5.
Okay.
But I was never like really, really into it. So, but
Would you say you're into it now versus before?
Yeah.
Or are you just like kind of getting there?
like I'm getting there.
Okay.
I don't like want a whole big collection, but I have my own mini collection. I
Yeah.
guess, so.
Okay. Well, as a side note, you got to join us for Brick World Chicago last year.
Mhm.
How was your experience joining us for that?
That was awesome.
What was your favorite stuff that you saw there?
The spaceships.
Well, there were a lot of last year's theme was spaceships, Becca. I mean, how many ships do you need to see? Which ships were your favorite?
I liked the big NASA one that had the fog machine with it.
Yes, the fog machine with the countdown.
That
was
one was my favorite. And then I liked the Disney princess ones that they had there. Those were really cool.
Okay. I think those were
Yeah.
my top one from there. All right. Dave, how are those questions online coming? Do you want to throw us another one?
I have 3 more.
Yeah, go ahead. Throw us one more.
Another one from Ken. He asked, "What's it like working with all guys?"
Oh, okay. So that's going to go into one of my questions over here.
Yeah, I figured. That was the case.
Which is kind of on the same lines, which is how do you feel about being the only female working at Bricks the Minifigs? So it's kind of the same question.
Honestly, it's not bad.
Because you work with 4 dudes.
Yeah, it's not bad. Would I prefer there be another female here to work with me? Yeah, but it's
Well, we did for a while have a second female.
Yeah,
that
we
was working
did.
here. What would you say things are better with her here, or and not necessarily her as a person, because we're not going to name
just
names.
in general.
But would you think it's better with having you've had it where there was a second female here?
Mhm.
Was it better at the time, or was it better without that second female here?
I'm not going to answer that question.
All right.
I'm not.
We got the first one, folks. That's number one.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
Too
I wasn't saying anything about that specific person, but
I know,
like just
but
the
I
fact of having
can't.
the whole female versus female thing. Because
In general, having another female here, it wasn't bad. It wasn't.
okay,
But
we don't know.
I didn't particularly talk to the other female that worked here.
Okay.
So it was kind of like,
Awkward.
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Awkward antlers. All right. What are some of your hobbies outside of work? What do you like to do?
Netflix, basketball.
What's your favorite? What kind of series or whatever you're watching on Netflix right now?
A lot. I just finished. I'm watching a lot right now. I'm actually in the middle of a lot of shows, and it's bad. But I'm watching. I just finished The Outer Banks.
Okay.
That one's a new one. Would recommend. It's super good.
I heard that was good.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay.
It's a good one. I watched that one twice now. Grey's Anatomy. I gotta
Don't
start.
tell me about the new season yet.
I didn't
haven't
start
started
it yet.
watching
I didn't start it yet. And
My
then-
wife saw that your post saying I would have binge watch all this tonight, and she's like, "Can we binge watch it too tonight?" I'm like, "No." It's like you make it like throughout like 2 episodes and you fall asleep. So.
Yeah. So
Sorry, Sarah, you don't get to watch that right now.
There's a lot that I've watched and would watch again. So I'm not gonna
Okay.
say everything because there's too much.
Okay. So you said you're playing. Are you still playing basketball outside of work? I mean, you've always played basketball outside of work. It's not like we're playing basketball inside of work.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna go somewhere and play, but I have gone once just to.
Because you were playing. You at least were playing on the JJC women's basketball team.
Yes.
Is this something that may continue, or is that what you're trying to figure out right now? Like whether it's not necessarily with JJC, but like for college period, or is it something you're thinking about just getting out of?
I'm thinking about getting out of it,
Okay.
especially with this whole virus.
Coronavirus.
Thing going on.
The Rona.
And how it
My
might
corona.
affect next school year. I might not be playing.
Okay.
So
Okay. So it's open on the table right now, but possibly not.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. If you could choose any set right now to own that you don't already, what would it be and why?
Any set
That's currently
that I
available.
don't own.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I mean, I know something you want, but it's not made by Lego. So
I would have to say the Volkswagen bus because I don't have the
You
big
don't have
one.
the bus.
I don't have the big one.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the big bug at home or no?
No,
You have the little one, right?
I have both little ones.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't have the big size ones. Okay. So she wants the VW bus. All right.
Christmas is coming up.
What's that, Dave?
Christmas is coming up.
Okay, we don't need that question. Since we're on the topic of sets, what is the favorite set that you currently purchased that you already own?
My cars are my favorite ones, my mini cars. But like actual like bigger set, I have the Christmas Winter Village, but I'm
One of the Winter Village
not
sets.
sure which exact one it is. That one's probably
Yours, you had like the little
Merry-go-round.
Was
yeah.
the
It had the little
merry-go-round? Yeah.
merry-go-round and stuff with it.
with all the little food stands. and
Yeah.
things. It was a cute set. What is your favorite mobile app or game that you use right now? With all the COVID-19 stuff going on, everybody's on their phones. What are you primarily using? I could probably think of at least one.
TikTok.
That was number 2. So what do you like about TikTok? What do you want TikTok doing? Are you making TikToks, watching
No.
TikToks, laughing about
Watching,
TikToks, crying
watching.
over TikToks?
Watching,
Just watching?
laughing, crying. Yeah.
All the above?
Yeah.
Laughing until you cry?
Yeah. There's some good ones on there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm mostly on TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat.
I was saying that was my number one. It's
Snapchat's
like
the
it's probably
number
the
one.
number one Snapchat
Yeah, that's
on
how I
there.
talk to a lot of my friends. So yeah.
Okay. You were talking about cars, about the VW Bug. What would be your dream car in real life? If you had any money in the world,
I have to pick just one.
what would be your dream car? Yes, that would be singular. It's a car, not cars.
Camaro.
Ooh, what year? Is there a certain one you're thinking of?
No.
Because I mean, Camaros have been around for a long time.
Yeah. No, I kind of like not like the new ones, but like early 2000s, like Camaros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any certain color that you prefer?
If I had one, it would either be matte black or gunmetal gray.
Ooh, gunmetal.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that color. It's a good color. Hey, Dave, why don't you shoot one of us the questions here in a second. For you guys at home, if you guys would like to join us on video chat, there should be a link at the bottom of your screen. All you have to do is copy and paste that into your browser, and you can actually join us live. Just make sure you guys have a headset and a good microphone over a Wi-Fi connection. You guys could join us and ask us questions right to us. Okay, Dave, what do you got?
All right. So from Guillermo, this is one of his first questions. What's your favorite customer interaction?
Ooh.
I already know. I don't even have to think
That's
about
a good question.
I had this mom come in with her daughter, and I have not seen them since they came in this one time. And she said she had been to one of our stores before, but it wasn't this one. I'm not sure. I don't remember which one it was.
Okay.
And her daughter was looking for something, but she wasn't sure what she was looking for. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of stuff are you into? And she says she likes the Friends stuff, but she's also into like princesses, and then she likes the superheroes. And I said, okay, well, we have a lot and from each. So I kind of like walked around the store with this little girl, and I was like showing her all this stuff. And her mom was glad that I took the time to walk her daughter around the store and like help her figure out like a general idea of what she wanted. And which her daughter was on the autism spectrum, and I didn't know that. Like I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
And she was just amazed that I just treated her like some average kid, and I was just like, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. Is a good portion of our customers are either affected by or on the spectrum of autism. So, good. I'm glad you had some fun with that one. I'm glad you got a nice positive experience on that. Well, that was a good question, especially coming from Guillermo.
Yeah, that was
Guillermo
a good
was laying on the questions thick yesterday. He had like 29 questions yesterday, so be prepared.
Great.
What is your preferred sorting method dealing with Lego? By color or by element type?
I like doing it by color.
Okay, why?
When I'm certifying sets, I mean, this is how you kind of taught us, and I've tried other ways by sorting it by part and sorting it by part and color, and I don't like doing that because the way we certify sets, I think it's just easier to do it by color, have everything laid out, and then do it from each piece.
Okay.
For me personally, I just like doing it that way better.
Okay.
So
I'll have to make sure I find that. Oh, there you go. I'll just mark that certified one off too, since you kind of blend it in there. If you won the lottery, what are the first three things that you would buy?
a car. I would just buy.
Would it be that Camaro?
No, I would buy a
like Dave all
Camaro.
over again.
No, I would just buy like an average car for me to drive.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd probably buy a house for my family.
Would it be like a mansion? Would
No,
it be
just a nicer house,
Okay.
like just
She's
an average
smart.
nice.
Still in
house.
Illinois?
No, I'm not staying here.
Hello.
Nice. That can just stay there. Whatever. One more thing.
Yep.
Shoot.
What's the third thing you'd buy?
Probably buy a lake house. Like a small lake house. I wouldn't buy
She
anything
literally has
fancy.
the same answers.
You just said New York. You stay out of this.
Yeah.
I didn't specify though.
This is about Becca, not you.
She could buy a lake house in New York.
I don't want to go anywhere near New York. There's too many people.
All right. What is your favorite sport to watch? And what is your favorite sport to play?
I gotta
Play
memorize.
basketball.
So play basketball. Okay, so you like to play basketball.
Watch would probably have to be basketball too, but I'm not big on watching.
Have you ever tried
sports.
any other sports? Playing other sports? besides
I
basketball?
actually wanted to be a 3-sport athlete, but it just never, the timing never worked out for me
Okay.
to do it. So I just never did. I wanted to play volleyball and I wanted to do softball.
Okay.
as
I was
well.
going to say, a few of us, I think, especially when my wife and I have talked about it a few times, that you would definitely probably be a good volleyball player because you got the height.
Yeah.
But I don't know about softball for you. I think those softball girls would tear you a new one. I'm sorry, but I think they would rip you apart.
I got another question to go.
Yeah,
with
go
that.
ahead, Dave.
So the question here from Ken is, who is your favorite basketball player?
Who's your favorite
I
basketball
want-
player? Living basketball
You
player.
can't
I'm going to
do
change a lot of that one because I already know who your
that.
other one is.
Can't do that.
Living basketball player. Sorry, Kobe.
R.I.P. my man. I don't know. I'm not into sports like that. I like him, but I don't at the same time. But
your answers are so like, well.
well, as soon as I say it, people I guess would understand. But it's LeBron James. Like I like him, but I don't at the same time.
Okay.
So I guess that would be my favorite living basketball player.
Okay. Video games. You play them occasionally.
Every once in a while.
If you were to play a video game, would you prefer to do it on a console or on a PC?
Console.
Which one would you prefer? PlayStation, Xbox One, or that other one that Dave's got, the Switch?
The
Well,
Switch.
there's technically two other ones. But
I personally have a PlayStation. My brother has an Xbox, and my brother's always had an Xbox. So to me, it really doesn't matter. I like both. So
Okay. You got the whole blue versus green war going on at home.
yeah.
What's your favorite snack? You're up until like 5 a.m. every day. What are you
Snack all
snacking
the
on all
time.
night?
I snack so much, it's awful. Fruit snacks is my
Any
top one right now.
specific
The
fruit
fruit
snacks?
smiles.
Fruit Smiles?
Yeah.
The good old like great value Fruit Smiles?
Yep.
That's why you were so excited when I told you what my kids like to eat.
Those are the best. Those and probably Cheez-Its or Goldfish. Those are my fave.
As I almost spit my water out.
Yeah,
Stuff
You're
your
like a
money.
little kid.
I am.
right? Sitting over
Um,
here like, I'll mark that one down.
all right.
I'll mark this one down.
You're on microphone. All right. Going back to work. How did you hear about the job at Bricks the Minifigs? This was an audience question.
Oddly enough, I remember it to this day. You had just opened up the store,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom had heard about you, and she's like, "Do you want to come to this Lego store with me?" And I said, "Sure." And we came here.
Little did you know.
Yeah. So we came here, she's looking around, and I was just kind of, whatever, mom, do your thing, and just be looking around too. And we talked to you for the longest time. And my mom was like, "Well, are you hiring?" Because she nudged me. She's like, "This would be a good job for you. Like, you're good with kids. You know some stuff about Lego with her having stuff." And then I'm assuming I talked to you. I reached out on Facebook and asked how to apply and stuff. And you told me it was just easy. I could do it online. And I did that. And then a week later, I had my interview. And yeah.
And you got in. So you heard about it from us here. You came in because your mom, on a whim, you went with your mom to a crazy Lego store that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And now you work here.
Yep.
And your mom's probably super excited too.
Yeah. Probably.
Have you been having fun in the 2 years you've been here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. So we're going to go into this one here. This is one of my questions for you.
Oh, boy.
Why do you hate being called Becky or Rebecca as opposed to just Becca? I gotta ask. I also have a sister named Rebecca, and she goes by Becky most of the time. So,
just hearing, I have a cousin named Becky.
okay.
So, I don't know. Just hearing Becky makes me cringe. I don't like it.
Is it because the whole the song, Big Butts, whatever? Oh my God, Becky!
No. No, I got that joke a lot though in middle school and stuff. And yeah, it just never suit me. I never really liked it.
Okay.
So I just never went by it.
So why not Rebecca, since that is your birth name?
Official. I don't like that either.
Does anybody call you Rebecca? Who calls you Rebecca?
My mom.
Your mom does?
When I'm in trouble.
Oh, when you're in trouble. What does she call you Becca most of the time, or does she just always call you Rebecca?
Yeah.
Or are you just in trouble that often?
No, I'm not in trouble that often. Or sometimes I'll say something and she'll be like, "Rebecca." And I'm just like, "Mom, stop."
Don't call me that. God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Dave, you got any online questions at all?
I got another one here from Ellie.
Okay, I'm surprised we haven't heard from Joe yet.
yeah, I'm waiting for it.
I don't know, man.
You should text him, find out what's going on.
All right. What is your favorite set your mom has?
Oh,
She has
so what is
too many. I have a few favorites that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Top one would be the Disney Castle.
Okay, the big Cinderella
Yeah,
Disney Castle.
I love that one. Second one.
I'm on. Yeah, I'm on.
My
What's your
mom
second
has
one?
So many sets that I don't even know.
You want to take the Disney Castle from her, though.
I told her that is the one that I will take from her.
You should tell her she needs to put that in her will for you.
Yeah. So I like
Just give her
that
the Disney
one.
Castle. I don't care about anything else.
Honestly, I kind of, it's not like an official set, I guess.
Mhm.
Target did it as a giveaway, which is the Hedwig on the books. That one's my favorite.
Where'd
I
she
like
get that
that
from?
She bought that here. Actually, the day it came in.
Okay. I just thought of another question to ask, so I'm writing it in here. Okay. All right. What is the longest it took you to build any given set? Because sometimes we'd have to rebuild sets here. Sometimes you of course, have sets that are built at home. What's the longest you've built a set for?
I worked a 12-hour shift once, and it took me a whole shift to build it. Obviously, I wasn't
What
sitting.
set was this?
I wasn't sitting at the table the full 12 hours. I was helping people. Probably had a party. I don't remember, but it was in pieces, and I had to find a lot of pieces for it. But we knew we had the pieces for it, so it was worth it to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
But looking for pieces can be very
Do
frustrating.
you remember what set it was?
I don't. It was
You
a Star
remember
Wars
sitting
set. It was a Star Wars set, and I remember it was a bigger one, but I don't remember exactly which one it was. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Have you watched? I'm going to ask this question first. Have you watched the current season of Lego Masters at all?
No.
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 Okay.
I'm bad. I'm sorry.
See, like I said, well, we already know you're not that into Lego.
Yes.
You work
yeah.
here and you do a great job here,
Yeah.
but
I don't live, breathe.
you're a sales oriented, customer service oriented person, not a Lego oriented person.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave?
I get this whole thing from Kurt, but I'll get to that after.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Just spawn
I'm
problems.
just a mess.
Becca the mess. Right.
Tiny ears, man. They just kill me.
Okay. Stickers or decals versus printed parts. What's your opinion?
I like printed pieces better, but I understand why there are decals. And decals are frustrating. I make my mom put, like, if my set has stickers, like the sets that I've bought have stickers, I make her do it. Or my winter one, I made you do them for me.
So when you came to work here, then it was fine for you because I don't let anybody touch the stickers.
Yeah. So I don't have a steady hand, and even if like this, it's the slightest bit off, it drives me nuts. So it like needs to be perfect.
So you're a perfectionist.
Yeah. So I don't like that.
Go ahead.
I brought stuff to show off, and I left it in the car. I forgot.
Do you want to go around and get it real quick?
No, it's okay. I'll wait.
Okay. I was like, we can take a
I'll
small
wait.
break, and we can
I'll
take
wait.
a quick 2-minute break, and you can run out and get it.
No, it's okay. I'll wait.
Dave, if we need to do that, just go ahead and put it back on her overlay and mute us real quick for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Do you prefer to, when you're building, do you prefer to build on your own, or do you prefer to use instructions?
Instructions.
Why?
It's easier. I know I'm doing it the right way, and I don't.
Is it really a right way though, or a wrong
well,
way?
if it's a set, I mean, I guess, but I don't build on my own.
Okay.
So I like the sets and following the instructions. I think they're helpful. So.
Okay. When you come to work, because usually you're here a lot of times on Saturdays and the weekends, what does your normal work day look like when you come in?
You want me to like break it down?
Relatively quickly. Don't
Okay.
like make it a 30-minute thing, but yeah.
Well, when I come in, the first thing I do is I clock in before
Smart.
I set all my stuff down.
Get
After
paid.
after I clock in, I always check the calendar, see what we have going on, like party-wise, event-wise for the day. If we don't have anything, then I walk to the back, I grab my name tag, I put all my stuff down, and then depending on who I'm working with, either you or David, I ask what are the goals for today, like what do we need to get done, and then I start working on it right away, or I get started on parties if we have parties. So.
Which we typically do.
Yeah. On a
When
Saturday.
we're not stricken down by COVID-19
Yeah.
here.
On Saturdays like that.
We've got about,
The big
I don't know,
party
like
day.
30 parties that
Yeah.
are backlogged right now and put on hold. So we'll see how that goes when everything goes back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what would, here we go. What is the difference in how you act here versus how you act when you're not at work?
I'm trying to think of what I want to say. I'm more quirky at home, I guess. Like I'm more energetic at home.
You're not quirky here?
I am. Well, like
Like,
with you, but
wait a
not
minute.
like when like a whole bunch of customers and stuff are in here. Like if it's just me and you, and we're just kind of, doing our own thing at the project table, then, we have
Yeah.
a good time because we make jokes and stuff.
I'm sure there's been plenty of times that are even on our last stream, the Battle of the Brains streams. There were a few times that you and I were very red faced and laughing hysterically off camera until
Yeah.
they've tried to catch us on it a few times.
So that'd probably be the only difference, just because when customers are in here, I'm more like,
You're a little more chill.
yeah.
Okay. So there you go. So if you want to get her riled up, just trying to mention some stuff to her, get it all crazy. What was the first set you remember ever building? You haven't been in Lego that long unless you took your brothers. But what's one of the first sets that you remember building?
I didn't build. I tried to help my brother build his Pirates of the Caribbean one he had, and I mean that was Mega Bloks. That wasn't Lego, but I mean still kind of the same thing. I remember trying to help him with that, but he didn't want my help.
Okay.
So I don't. That would be the first
Oh
time
my
I
God.
remember.
Okay.
So
Dave's laughing a lot over there. So Dave, why don't you shoot us one of those online questions? And just as you guys are remember at home, make sure you guys know that you can click on that link in the bottom, or Dave can post it in the chat as well. And you guys can join us live and ask us your question live on the air. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so I have a couple questions here. But let me ask you this: would you like a serious question, something that's going to take a little bit to think about, or would you like a funny little story and then a question?
Let's go funny first. Rebecca seems to be in a funny mood right now.
Okay, so from our buddy Kurt, he says, when I was a teenager, I was once a party host at Enchanted Castle in Lombard, and I made a kid cry because we were short on time, and the parents asked if I would skip spinning the big party wheel. To make up for it, I gave the kid the biggest prize possible. The kid then went and complained to my manager without my knowledge or the parents' knowledge. Have you ever made a kid cry at a party at Bricks and Minifigs?
Ooh. Have you ever made a kid cry?
I have never made a kid cry, but I did.
Obviously by accident. That's what he says.
No, but I did make a girl really upset because it was her brother's birthday and it wasn't hers, and she was upset that he got 3 minifigures because it was his birthday.
Oh, he got his extra minifig?
And she couldn't get an extra one, so she kind of like threw a little fit, which I mean, I guess was understandable, but that was the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
now for those of you who are watching us at home, we have had kids freak out and have breakdowns here.
Oh yeah.
Not related to us. Usually it's something with their family or some kid not showing up or something else.
Yeah.
But we have had our fair instances of kids just going crazy and screaming like maniacs. And sometimes it's not even the birthday kid. It's usually just some other gangster friend that's here. Like, oh, I missed my mom. And then they go crazy.
So that was the only thing that like.
So you have not officially made a kid cry?
No. Thank goodness.
I'm proud to hear about that too, because I would have been the first person to hear about that. Dave, why don't you go ahead and shoot her one of the other questions?
Okay, so just to throw out, you guys are at 37 minutes. Just
you're
give you a little idea.
We're almost through all these, so we can get through a lot of the other ones.
Cool. So from our buddy Guillermo, he asked, do you find yourself to fall more of a pessimist or an optimist in the day-to-day setting?
So are you typically a pessimist or an optimist? So for those of you at home, a pessimist is someone who's always pretty much negative about everything. They always take the negative thing. Like if let's say your tank is like a third, oh, we're going to run out of gas. We're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. Or you're an optimist like, oh, don't worry. We'll be fine. We'll make it to the gas station. So are you more of a negative or a positive thinker in your normal day-to-day?
I don't know.
Let's say you're driving along and you get a hole in your tire. Your tire blows flat. Are you like, oh my gosh, my world is over, like I can't find anybody or this or this, or it's like, oh, don't worry, I can change, I can have somebody get changed or change this here in like 10 minutes.
When it first happens, I probably freak out like that, and then I'm like, Becca, calm down, it's not that serious. And then I realize,
so you're saying you have a bipolar split personality?
No.
Is that what you're trying to get here?
No, I don't know.
That must have been Becca.
It just depends on what it
you in
is.
your sleep.
Like, I'm really not like, I try to look in the positives to everything and not the negatives. But there are certain things that I'm just like, well, this happened, so you could just forget everything. Yeah. Okay. So it just kind of depends. Yeah.
All right. We're going to go back to one of these. I'm going to skip this one because I think that's... Well, no, let's do this one.
Okay.
What is a dream theme that you would want to be made? So anything out there that you would want to be turned into a theme for Lego?
Jeez. That's hard.
Don't look at me.
That's a hard one.
I need to load up like the Jeopardy theme in the background here.
I think it'd be cool to do like movies, like you know how like they do like Ideas has done
Mhm.
like Friends and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I think it'd be cool to make like a series of that. So like you have
But
Friends,
movies.
like Big Bang Theory, TV shows and movies. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that'd be different and pretty cool.
So more like sitcom, like
Yeah.
a sitcom theme.
Yeah, so kind of like if they did like Grey's Anatomy ones, that would be
Oh,
pretty
that'd be
cool.
interesting. ER,
So,
The
yeah.
Office.
Yeah.
Gotta
Ooh,
get
The
some Office in there. I know,
That'd
right?
be cool. So yeah, so I think stuff like that would be cool to see.
Okay. Let's go with this one. How is your life balance with work, school, and your hobbies outside of here?
Hectic,
Explain.
crazy. Well, what my normal school day looks like would be,
We're gonna talk pre-COVID-19.
yeah, I would go to school. Since I was playing basketball, I would
Mhm.
have practice right after. Depending on if it was early in the season, I might have work right after. I might have work
Mhm.
and then have to go to practice later in the evening.
Darn practice.
Yeah. So, but when I really got into season, I was only, like we said, in one of the other streams, I was only working 1 day a week.
Mhm.
So, but it was constantly school basketball for me, and then Sundays were my work day.
Now,
So-
how many days a week were you doing basketball?
Every day,
Every day.
except for Sundays. Sundays were the only day we had nothing going on. So,
Why do you think that is?
um,
Did they ever tell you, or is this something that just the school
well,
does? Or
my coach is he's a very church oriented person. So
Okay.
he wanted to have Sundays the days for us to spend with our families, do stuff like that. And then sometimes we'd even have Saturdays off, like, you know, like you guys worked really well this week, so go ahead and take the whole weekend off.
wow, you get a whole weekend off.
I know, it's crazy. That didn't happen very often, but
Okay, Dave, you got one over there?
Let me see here. I got another kind of serious one from Guillermo.
go for it.
Go for it.
All right. So Guillermo asked, it's kind of long.
You better not steal one of mine.
I don't think this is one of yours. In this current economic climate, and with all the advent of a big business conglomerates, do you believe brick and mortar stores like Bricks and Minifigs have a secure place in the future?
So I think what he's saying
So
is,
with stores being closed, so I think we have a chance.
do you think we have a chance of continuing on and growing and thriving in the world of today, where all these big businesses are having billions of dollars and can pay their way still? And
Yeah. We have the deal with Lego now. So I feel
Mhm.
like that kind of helps us, but we have things that other stores don't offer. We have retired sets. We take our time and go through and certify retired sets.
Mhm.
So you can
or new
find,
sets.
yeah, or new,
Sometimes we get them
but
brand new.
mostly retired. I don't know. I just feel like we have more than other stores, so we have more to offer. So I feel like we're not like, obviously we're not well known like Lego is, but I feel like we're like a
Yeah, we're
big
getting there.
factor.
We're
Yeah,
getting there.
yeah. So I think so.
I don't know if have you been paying attention to Boone at all? Boone Builds.
Mm-mm.
He actually just finished building a mock for Arby's. It's a whole little Arby's restaurant, and he did an awesome job.
Wow.
But Arby's hired him to build the mock. I think
That's awesome.
They paid him to do it, and they sent him graphics so they could actually print out decals and stuff for it.
Mhm.
One of the things is that he posted up there. He's like, "Oh yeah, thanks to Arby's, Eclipse Graphics, and Bricks the Minifigs for giving me all the parts that I didn't need or
Yeah.
didn't have."
Yeah.
So Bricks and Minifigs is a lot more known in
Yeah.
Lego communities than a lot of people think.
I feel
But
like
that's because we're all over the country.
yeah,
So.
I feel like we have a lot more to offer than certain places. So I feel like that makes us stand out. And we do birthday parties, and a lot of people love that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
We
feel
have a
like,
lot of fun with our birthday parties here.
yeah, I feel like with everything,
Lego doesn't do birthday parties.
yeah, I feel like with everything going on right now, I mean, we might have like a little bit of a rough start when we open back up. But other than that, no, I don't think we'll have any problem at all.
Okay. So there you go. We're going to go into another kind of serious question here, sort of. It might be a funny question for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite memory working here with Bricks and Minifigs? You've been here for 2 years.
I don't know.
So you get a good solid amount of memories with customers, with your team.
I have fun with you
With
guys all the
events.
time, so I can't even think of one specific memory with like you guys,
Mhm.
but one that kind of always stuck with me was I was doing a birthday party, of course,
Mhm.
and it wasn't even the birthday boy's mom; it was his aunt.
Okay.
And she came up to me more towards the end of the party, and she's like, "Do you always do the birthday parties?" And I said, "Yeah, typically I'm the one that does them." And she was like, "Are you here in August?" And I'm like, "I am." I go, "But I do play basketball, so usually I'm only here on Sundays." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "I want you to do the birthday party for me because," she's like, "you are so good with kids." She's like, "Do you plan on like being a teacher or pursuing anything like that?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm actually, going to school to become a teacher." And she's like, "That really suits you." So I don't know, that kind of stuck
Okay.
with me to get
So
that kind of
tugged
compliment.
at your heartstrings that somebody wanted
Yeah.
you as their own
Yeah.
party host. Okay. You helped us do some of the Lego mosaics here in the store.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them.
What is your advice on making one? What size plate would you use? Base plate, that is. And the third part of that question is, would you use 1x1s or do you use essentially whatever kind of brick will fill the space? Or multiple size bricks?
I like doing the smaller ones. I don't know exactly the size of the small plates that we have out
16
there.
by 16.
Yes, I like those ones just because like the bigger ones take more time, and I'm a very impatient person, so I don't have.
Okay.
I don't like trying to figure out how to do the mosaic on the bigger ones because sometimes it doesn't always work the way you want it to. So I kind of like sticking to the smaller ones. I like using 1x1 bricks and 1x2s. I kind of stick to using just those.
Okay.
But if I need like bigger pieces because I can't find them, I usually use 2x2s.
Okay.
So
the other part of that is, what is your advice on making one? So if you thought of an
Making
idea of,
one?
let's say you wanted to do, I don't know, Tinkerbell.
well, that actually works
How would you do Tinkerbell?
perfect because the one that I did, I didn't have like I had to do it on my own,
Mhm.
which was the Winnie the Pooh one.
Which turned out really well.
Yeah. So I kind of just looked up like clip art pictures
Okay.
of Winnie the Pooh himself and kind of like an up close one, not like a far away one. And then I kind of like mapped out in a way how I would do it on the plate just to see if like the way I had it laid out would work.
Mhm.
And then I just kind of went from there, and it was kind of like adjusting here and there and kind of seeing what works and what's not going to work when you're planning it
Okay.
out.
Okay.
So.
Dave, you got any more questions rolling over there?
Yeah, I have one from Sarah here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
So is this my Sarah or your Sarah?
Your Sarah.
All right. So this is a question coming from Sarah, my wife,
The
or
boss
co-owner
lady.
of Bricks the Minifigs. So this is going to be interesting. Hopefully it's her, not one of my kids.
You'll like it.
Go ahead.
All right. So she asked, would you have really shaved your head for the building challenge?
Oh. So back when we did our Battle of the Brains Boys versus Girls contest here, we decided one day I decided rather, that if we were going to get, I think it was 50
for you, 75.
50 submissions in for any one of the 3 days, that I would have Becca shave my head.
Mhm.
And she was loving that idea.
Mhm.
Then Dave chimed in and said that for 75, he would let Becca do his hair too, which he doesn't have a whole lot, or didn't have a whole lot at the time. But then Becca came out of nowhere, out of left field, and says, "You know what? If they do 115, I'll let Ryan shave my head." And we're like, "What?" And so we made a deal. We shook on it live on stream. It's we have proof. There's video proof out there. So the question is, if we got 115, would you have actually let me shave your head?
Yeah. I wouldn't have. I literally, after we were done with that video, they seen me. I had real tears in my eyes. Like I was like,
for a
what
long
did I
time,
just
we were
do?
crying, laughing hysterically because we were
Yeah.
like, dude, this is going to be nuts.
But I was like, what did I just sign myself up for? Because me saying that, I was like, there's a chance a lot of people are going to be like, I want to see this happen. So I was kind of thinking of it actually happening, and I was not thrilled at all, but I did agree to it.
Mhm.
So I would have done it. I wouldn't have been thrilled about doing it, but
Yeah, so Becca was we were all pretty excited and pumped during the stream, and we were like, hey, yeah. And about 5 or 10 minutes after the stream was done, we're like,
no.
what did we all just do?
Yeah. So I would have done it. Yeah.
Peer pressure.
I've always like kind of thought about shaving my head, but I've actually never done it. And I feel like probably a lot of girls go through that
At
phase.
some point or another.
Yeah, and they don't actually ever go through it. So I mean, if I actually got the chance to shave my head, then
You'd probably be okay with a shaved head. You don't have like a weird, crazy shaped head or anything.
Yeah.
That I know of, unless there's some weird giant.
And
gap
plus,
in
we're
there.
in quarantine, so I'm not really seeing anybody. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of people. So if I shave my head, it won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Any other questions, Dave? We can take one more.
I got another one, and that's it so far.
Okay.
All right. So from Ellie, she asked, "What is your favorite idea set?"
Ooh.
I don't. That's
She's gonna talk about
out
that.
right now.
I guess. Well, anything that's been
I
released.
guess overall,
I would say I kind of like the Friends one.
Okay.
My
Is that the
mom-
perk set.
Yeah, my mom just built hers finally, and I remember seeing yours when you first built yours.
Awesome.
And I'm not like a big Friends fan, but I have watched
You gotta
enough
go watch
of it.
back through and watch all the series.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of it from it being on TV and stuff. So I kind of really like that one. But David had mentioned them possibly making the Coraline house
Yep.
as an idea set.
that was. I think that made 10,000. I think it did finally reach it, but I don't know if it's gonna. It's supposed to be. below
Yeah,
that.
so I don't if they officially make that, like if that officially becomes a thing, that one will be my favorite.
That's your next buy.
Yeah, that'll be my favorite.
Coraline's Pink Palace.
Yes.
As they call it on there. I'm gonna skip that one. I don't want to ask that one yet because you may have an interesting answer for that one.
Oh boy.
From what I've been able to tell over the years, and through many discussions and conversations with you, I have determined mostly that you're an introvert. Meaning that you keep to yourself, you don't talk to a lot of people.
Me and my mom just talked about this.
Being an introvert, how do you enjoy being on these streams and being live in front of hundreds and hundreds of people?
So actually, I like to consider so when I first get to know someone,
Mhm.
I'm an introvert because I don't
Absolutely.
like being outgoing and crazy.
You're very shy.
Yes. Because I don't know.
Mhm.
So like when people really get to know me, like my friends, Scotty and Fabian, they get the full force of it. I'm ridiculous. I'm crackhead energy. Like I'm just like all over the place. So like once you really get to like know me and I'm like fully comfortable, I'm like
Mhm.
strange in so many ways. My mom can even vouch for me. So
how do you think being on stream has affected that personality of yours? Since you're here with us and you already know us,
yeah.
but you don't know all these people
That-
necessarily that are watching us
yeah,
live
that's
or
kind of-
tomorrow or a year from now.
That's the tricky part because I watch YouTube a lot. Like I watch
No.
vloggers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I want to do my own vlog. Like it would be like that's so cool to do. And my friend Scotty tells me I should like start it up, and I'm just like, well, no.
We got that. I
Yeah.
got you.
So like doing this is kind of like getting me comfortable with like being on camera and like people actually see it. Like I feel like more towards the end of our stream for the event that we did for the boys versus girls.
Battle of the Brains. Mhm.
I feel like that like more towards the middle end of that. I was more like coming out of my shell a little bit, like, but I don't know.
Okay.
So
Okay. I know a lot of people are gonna ask this eventually here. So the stigma with Lego is that it was primarily made for boys.
yeah.
How do you feel about girls and women getting into Lego?
I think it's awesome. I have so
Good.
many girl customers that come in here and I'm like, okay, are you into Friends stuff? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Like,
Mhm.
just kind of ask, to get a feel what they're into. And a lot of girls come in here for like, the more boyish
Sure.
stuff. And I think,
I get about 1 in 3 are like, oh, I'm totally about Star Wars and superheroes.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
yeah, I think that's awesome. I mean, I like that they do the girl sets because, like, I feel like girls at a young age are either more tomboyish or they're more girly.
Mm-hmm.
Which at a younger age, I was more tomboyish than I am now. So I don't know. I think it's awesome. I like that they have the girl sets because I feel like it gives more of that girly side, but also like the boyish sets can be for girls too.
Yeah.
So
I personally own 6 or 7 friend sets.
yeah,
So I have no problem with it. They're awesome sets. They did a great job with them.
I feel like it's really for anybody.
So speaking of the friend sets, friends or elves, Which is your favorite?
I haven't seen a whole lot of elves.
It's because there's continued now.
Yeah, so based off of what I've seen from the elves that I have seen, and off of the friends, I kind of like the friends a little more.
Oh, okay.
Like, I like how the elves is more like fantasy and it's got the dragons and kind of stuff. I like the cute little animals that come with the friends stuff and stuff. Like, I was just looking at the ones that are in the box back there.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a little sheep and stuff. I didn't know that.
We got new. We have new shopping play cubes now too that have another like 25 or 30 animals in those, Dave, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're all new animals. Especially, I guess there's golden animals now too.
And some of the sets that they come out with friends, I think are really cool. Like the race car
Mhm.
that you have, or the bumper cars. And everything.
Yeah, the go karts.
Hey,
Yeah, I think that was really neat.
What's that, Dave?
Can you check Becca's mic?
It died.
Is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Back up. We're just gonna go live here. We're gonna go this.
Oh, I get to hold the microphone?
No, I'll hold it for you.
I can hold it.
All right.
Ryan, don't have your face.
How about this? I'll just turn mine off too. All right. Do we still have? Do we have this mic on still? Can you guys all hear us? Okay. This makes life actually a little easier. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
The batteries, the good old Amazon batteries. Okay. So what were we saying about the friend sets? You like the go kart sets?
Yeah. I think a lot of sets that they come out with friends are interesting in themselves too. Like, they don't just stick to like basic stuff, you know? Like, I don't know how to describe it, honestly.
So one of the other things besides friend sets is you're really into Harry Potter, the magical wizarding world of Harry Potter. If you could date any character from the movies, who would it be and why?
I could date anyone from Harry Potter. Who would it be? We were.
Who would it be?
Sirius Black.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who would it be?
Sirius Black.
Why? Why Sirius Black?
I just love his character. Like, he's meant out to be the bad guy, and he's really not. I don't know. Or I would say, yeah, we'll just go with that.
All right, folks. So she's into Sirius Black. He's gonna go crazy wolf on her. You recently also started watching the MCU movies. Who is your favorite character or superhero, and why? So far, because you're not through it yet.
So far, Iron Man's kind of always been my favorite. So he's one.
Is it just because of his music,
No,
his background music?
no. I mean, I watched them when I was younger, but I wasn't, into it like how I am right now. So I would say Iron Man from when I was like younger. He's kind of always stuck with me. But newer, like, I would have to say would be Hawkeye or Black Widow are one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's close between them two.
Is there any reason why those two characters?
Because they're not your like average superhero where they got the suit and like it's just them, like,
Because they technically neither one of them have any superpowers, so
So
they're just all around hero.
yeah. So I think that's pretty cool because they're not like everybody else. So
Yeah, if you guys are at home right now too, make sure you guys start asking your questions in the chat, or if you want to, you can join us live and feed us your questions that way. That way, you guys can have more of a little bit of a discussion with Becca and I over here instead of just asking a question. So, Dave, what's the one of the next questions there?
I can answer that.
Okay, as I say, because you haven't really watched it, so that's why I kind of skipped that question.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but from interacting, like when you guys were on Zoom with them and kind of like getting to talk. Well, I didn't talk to them, but like getting to.
You could have.
Yeah, I could have. I didn't want to.
See, there goes the shy part of her. You see her, if you're watching, if she's on camera right now, you see her face right now.
I kind of liked Mark and Boone. Like, that's not like a jab at anybody else that we talked to, but I kind of like their personalities and stuff. And they're like The way they kind of interacted with the little kids on the Zoom call, and like, I just thought it was really cool.
Boone, I believe, is also a teacher, if I remember correct. I know one of them is. I'm pretty sure it was Boone. I'm pretty sure Boone's like a 3rd grade teacher. But he's also has 2 younger daughters as well, and they've been doing a lot of crazy Lego stuff too. So
I like how they like joked with the kids. Like the one girl was wearing a unicorn shirt, and her dad was wearing a Pizza Planet shirt, and they were like all hyping him up, making jokes and stuff. Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. So,
Dave, do you have another question at all? Yeah, go ahead.
Who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
So beyond Sirius Black,
I have a few.
who you would date, who's your favorite? How about this? Let's do favorite male and favorite female and favorite maybe animal-esque non-human creature.
Okay, so favorite male would be Sirius Black. Like he's my favorite character, and kind of Snape.
Okay. Good old Professor Snape.
Yeah. Girl, I like Hermione. I love her. She's so funny.
Now, have you read the books too, or do you just watch the movies?
I am going to start reading the books. I started the first book and I haven't touched it in a week, so I'm gonna go back and restart from where I was and actually get into the books. So that way I can know like some of the details that aren't in the movies and stuff.
So you had Sirius Black for the males. You had I almost said Emma Watson, Hermione Granger for females. Who is your non-human favorite character? Whether it was like a dwarf or a troll or whatever, something crazy, centaurs. I don't know. There were centaurs in there somewhere.
I like Dobby.
Ooh, Master by W sock.
Dobby deserved better, but it's fine.
Hashtag Dobby deserved better. Let's see the trend.
Hagrid's probably one of my favorite like characters as well. I really like how he's like into the creature side of it, and he's not really like all the other professors where he's like
he's got the 3-headed dogs.
Yeah, he's got Fluffy, he's got Buckbeak. So yeah.
Okay, Dave, do you have any more coming in from online there? Go for it.
All right, so from Guillermo, he asks, I have a girlfriend who's coming over tomorrow. How should I introduce my Lego hobby to her, if I should introduce it to her at all?
Oh, that's
say,
a good question.
I wouldn't say hide it from her. Like if someone does, I wouldn't. Because if someone doesn't like the hobbies that you're into, I mean, like, I don't.
I could read Becca's eyes through her soul right now. She's basically saying that if they're not into your hobbies, then is it really worth the relationship?
No,
like you're not being yourself, so
no. I'm not saying that.
don't hide yourself, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't hide yourself, but I mean, they don't have to be into it. But if they're not like accepting of it, then I wouldn't even bother.
I think that also goes into Monday's conversation with Andrew, where if they're going to tease you about it or make fun of you about it, are they really worth hanging around with?
My mom is into Legos. My dad hates them, but he buys them for her. He kind of like, oh, this one's cool. He actually he puts effort towards it every once in a while, but he doesn't build them. He doesn't, he doesn't collect them. So I mean,
yeah,
I just feel like, hey, this is one of my hobbies. And yeah.
Okay. I've got another one on here. So you also are clearly the one who has the most tattoos out of our entire staff.
Yeah.
How many tattoos and or piercings do you have?
I have 12 tattoos and 2, 4, 6, 7 piercings.
So 12 tattoos, 7 piercings. Okay. Which one is your favorite tattoo if you can show it? Because you've been getting a lot lately.
Yeah. I have one on my left shoulder that is for my grandma.
Okay.
That one was my first one, and that was like a really big deal for me. That one's probably my favorite just because it means a lot to me. But I also have a sunflower on the top of my back, and then I have a quote that goes down my spine that says, "Life doesn't allow you to be weak." I feel like that one's probably my other favorite one
Okay.
right now.
Dave, do we have any other online questions right now? Come on, guys. If you guys are at home, ask those questions. Okay. So I've got one more question here on my stock list here before I start getting into some of the other ones because I'm gonna have to make up here for you because I didn't have time.
Okay.
Good old family emergencies, gotta love it.
It's okay.
So you recently started dealing with Lego.
Mhm.
But for you as a person, what does Lego mean to you?
Mine's not all deep and sappy, but well, I don't mess with Lego like that. So it doesn't really have a deep meaning to me. But I mean, like when I come to work and it's what I do for my job. I mean, I look forward to coming to work. I look forward to.
Wait a minute, you look forward to coming to work?
Yeah, I mean, there's some days where I'm just like, work is not it, but that's just because like I don't get enough sleep.
I just need you to say that one more time for Guillermo who's watching.
I like coming to work.
I just had to rub that salt in his wound a little bit.
Yeah.
I know where he works.
No, the only reason, like the only time I ever don't like want to come into work is just if I don't get enough sleep, and I'm just kind of like.
I wonder why you don't get enough sleep, Becca.
I'm up and super late, but I don't know. It's just a way for me to have fun, meet
Other people.
Meet other people.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break so Becca can grab some sets that she brought with her. So Dave's going to go ahead and throw our little overlay on us, but if you're watching us, just stay tuned. We'll be right back as soon as this little quick little 2-minute break is over. We'll be right back. Okay? See you then. Dave, can you see my tablet over there still or no?
Something.
Yep, I got you on here.
Great.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Thank you guys for being so patient. We just had to take a quick couple minutes here as a quick drink break. And Becca brought some stuff in to show us. So just as a reminder, if you guys do have any questions, please let us know. We did skip over a few because Becca is not super into Lego, or you guys already asked some of the questions. We kind of skipped over and around those.
Yeah.
But if there is any more specific questions you would have for Becca or something that you would like to ask the rest of us as well, please do so now in the chat. Dave will feed us the questions here, and Becca and I will get them answered. Hopefully everybody can hear Becca okay. He's doing okay?
Yeah.
You doing all right?
Yeah.
Not freaking out at all? Should I get the microphone and just kind of wave in your face a little more?
No, let's not do that.
No? It's a lot less intimidating, right?
Yeah.
So what did you bring in to show us today? Just a little show and tell with Becca.
I guess Andrew brought some stuff in, so I figured, hey, why don't I bring
So-
some stuff in? So
Tell us about this other hobby of yours, because you didn't bring it up earlier.
I didn't, because I didn't think of it. In high school, I'm really not into it now because
You're not in high school anymore.
Yeah, it's expensive too to like really get into, but I'm into art. I'm an artsy person.
Okay, you're an artsy fartsy.
Yeah. So in high school, I threw on the pottery wheel. Stuff that I've done now is just painting stuff. I painted my old white vans. I put Disney characters all over them.
Which I thought were awesome. You did a good job with those.
So I brought some of the
Okay, so let's see what you got.
that I threw on the wheel.
So do these have names? Do you name your pieces?
No, some of them do have names. These ones don't, but
Okay, so why don't you tell me about, because I'm not gonna lie, I know nothing. I used to do ceramic stuff, painting.
yeah.
I know nothing about pottery wheels or what this texturing, I guess, is called. Or
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about this? Talk about this blue one here real quick.
The blue one. So for my senior year in high school, I was in AP art.
Ooh, special.
Yeah. So you have to
She's
come
got
up.
brains, folks. She's got smarts.
I guess. You have to come up with a portfolio, and you gotta kind of have a theme. And I was struggling because I had been hand building before that, so like I'd thrown on the wheel, but I wasn't like super into it. So I had to come up with what I wanted to do as my theme, and I kind of stuck to like pots and stuff. I don't like making smaller stuff. I liked making the bigger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of messing around with texture at first, and it's not on these ones, but I would take like the leftover like soft clay, and I would take it on my finger, and as it was spinning on the wheel, I would just do this with my finger on it.
Okay. Is that a certain technique at all, or is
No,
this is called the Becca technique?
Other people, I don't know if there's like a name for it. I know certain people have done it, but so I was just kind of messing around with that at first, and then my teacher had this thing called a Steve tool, and
Is it because some Steve used it a lot?
I have no
and said,
idea.
"Oh,
It's just kind of what it's called. So I actually went and ordered one of my own, and it's like a little, I don't know how to describe it. So it comes with
Is it
handle.
kind of a wheel tool, or is it
Yeah.
something that's like straight and like a little just?
No, so it's like a little handle, and you attach the pieces to it. It's like some are rectangular, some are like just cylinder, like more pointier than others. And
Okay.
you put like 3 or 4. You can mix and match the certain ones that you do with them.
On the same tool
Mhm.
at the same time.
And then because they're like their own like little, you know how like for Lego the accessories come in like the little wheel.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like that size, and you
Okay.
just attach them to the thing, and then you have to screw on the bolt.
Okay.
And then
Nice Lego reference, by the way. It's gonna say.
it's the way I like
The
best
accessory
way I
wheels.
thought of. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So as like your piece is spinning on the wheel, you would take the Steve tool and you put it up against the clay as it's wet, and it kind of makes this. Granted,
I was gonna say, it's like, what kind of what kind of texture is this? What would you call it?
so that's what it's from, and then like stretching out the piece itself, so giving it the belly kind of changes the texture a little bit, and so like it really works for like the glaze that I use because it runs down.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of helps when you do that
Yes,
kind of
this
texture.
is a glaze, not a paint.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah, so that was actually kind of my focus. I used the Steve tool on all of my pieces.
Is this on the top here? Is this the rectangle kind of piece that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Here? I see some
I used
sharp
a
90
lot of
degrees
the
up there.
rectangle and triangular ones. I never really used the cylinder one because that one
Okay.
just like poke.
How many times
holes.
around do you have to make it to give it this kind of texture? Is it something you do pretty quick, or is it something you have to take your time with?
It kind of depends on the person and how you want to do it. I took my time with it and I went over it a bunch of times, just because I like the more of detailed look. But you don't have to do it as much as I did.
So how'd you get this kind of like marled look where it's light blue towards the top, but so dark here? You have it same on your other piece here.
So what I did specifically for this one, I glazed this top part just this light blue, and then like where the belly kind of comes out is where I started the dark blue. And
so it's actually two different glazes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But certain glazes do different things. So like this blue one is really runny. So that's why I put this one on the top, because then I knew it would run into this blue, which is kind of what I did with this one. You can see the pink goes into the purple. So yeah.
Okay. Awesome pieces. Do any of you guys have any questions about these? Please let us know. They're hefty too. These aren't like light.
Yeah.
I mean, this has got to weigh like
best.
6.5, 7 pounds. This is a good paperweight.
I was gonna bring in more, but I just decided to grab the two that I did.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This piece. I don't know which camera Dave's on right now. But this piece here probably weighs more than one of the Millennium Falcon sets, like the standard Millennium Falcon sets. Just in this little.
They're pretty big.
Yeah. Solid. Like I would have thought they were a little thinner. I'm surprised though. Usually artists put their little mark or something on these. I don't see any little artist marks from Becca on here.
Well, my teacher knew that these were mine, and I didn't really want to mark the bottom of them. And I asked him if that was okay, and he said that was fine because I was the only one. I wasn't really the only one throwing on the wheel because, you know, some people were throwing on the wheel for certain stuff, but like this was kind of like my focus for my pieces and stuff. So he knew.
So was everybody into pottery, or were other people in your class like into like painting and other media, as they call it?
So AP was very small. There was only 4 of us. So we also
so you got a lot of attention in class.
Yeah. So we took that class also went on as the advanced 3D class went on.
Okay.
At the end of the day, so advanced 3D, there were people. One girl got into throwing on the wheels. She did plates, but then she would draw into them.
Okay.
One girl used epoxy and resin and stuff, so she made like this whole fish tank, and then she kind of stuck to that. So it was kind of like we
got to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Get creative with things. Okay. Cool. Dave, do you have any questions at all over there? Popping up on. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I guess the clarification for Sarah, are you talking high school or are you talking college? So maybe we'll just answer both. So what's your favorite high school? So what was your favorite high school subject?
High school was psychology and art. I looked forward to going to art every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're super into art. Okay.
Yeah.
So why psychology?
I don't know.
Or otherwise, everybody else knows as the major that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Unless you become a doctor.
I never.
Sorry, Sarah, you were a psych major too. Oops.
I never took a psychology class until I did, and then once we were in it, it was pretty interesting.
Okay.
I like how detailed psychology is and stuff.
Talk about Freud and all those crazies.
Yeah. So
what they did to all the animals. And
yeah. I don't know. Psychology just kind of stuck with me. It was just kind of my favorite. So.
Okay. So now that you've been in college for a good solid 2 years or close to, depending on if you count this COVID-19 stuff going on.
Yeah.
What is your current favorite college subject?
Psychology.
So you're still into psychology?
This semester was my 4th semester at JJC, and this was the first semester I did not take a psychology class.
Interesting. Is there a reason for that? Why you didn't continue with psychology? Or was it because it wasn't needed, or?
Wasn't necessarily needed. I wanted to take another one, but because of basketball, I was taking too many classes and it was just too much for me. So I decided to stick to 4 classes, which were the 4 main classes I needed to focus on for right now. So that's
the gen eds and everything else to get them out of the way.
So yeah, I just kind of stuck with 4 classes this semester.
Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. Do we have any more at all, Dave? Okay, yeah, keep those questions coming, guys. This is your chance to get to know Becca. She's only been here a day a week, but hopefully after we get started here, and if she chooses not to go back to basketball, hopefully she'll be here some more often, and it'll help her out too to get that extra money for her hopeful car that she's been saving up for. So, Dave, why don't you shoot one of those off?
All right. So from Lou, he
Lou Leonardo? It's my dude.
asks, what do you like best about the Lego community, and what's something you would change?
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a good question. So, you being especially newer to Lego,
Yeah.
I guess Brick World was probably your biggest thing that you've ever
Mhm.
dealt with Lego community wise.
Yeah.
Even though you were only there for like a day,
Yeah.
which was going to change this year. You were going to be there for
Yeah.
the whole weekend. But hopefully that'll get moved to next year. We'll have some fun. Hopefully
Hopefully.
we'll see if you're still here next year.
Yeah.
But so in the time that you got to spend with the Lego community, of course, a lot of our friends and acquaintances through the store.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that? And I guess what was the second part of that? What would you change?
Yeah, if you could, what is something you would change?
Okay.
I like how
So how do you feel
You
about the
know,
Lego fandom out there?
yeah, Lego's like a big thing, and it's honestly like you don't think as many people collect Lego seriously as a lot of people do. I think it's a that sounded awful.
Sorry about that. If you guys can hear any of that, we have a fire department that's down the street from us, and apparently there's something going on outside, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of fire trucks and stuff squealing down the street.
I don't know. I like especially being at Brick World, even like a lot of them knew like I wasn't into Lego, but they were still like really welcoming,
Mhm.
and they were like, willing to explain stuff to me that I fully didn't understand and stuff like that. So I feel like it's like a good thing for a lot of people to like interact over.
Okay, what do you feel about like all our clientele and stuff that come in? Let's say like Joe, for instance. Joe we see all the
Joe
time.
comes in.
Matt Welch we used to see all the time. Our buddy Chris, who we haven't seen in a while. So Chris, we miss you, dude. Like you need to come back to the store. Like how do you feel about those interactions and stuff with those customers
Well, they
of ours?
all kind of do different things,
Absolutely.
but similar in the same way,
Mhm.
in a sense.
Do you feel that it's hard to like interact with them since you're not into Lego as much as they are?
I don't think so because I understand some of the stuff that they're saying, and if I don't really understand, like they'll explain it more in detail, so like I get it. So then that way, like I actually fully understand to the extent of like what they're doing, what they're working on, stuff like that. So
what's the thing that you would change if you could?
I would.
That's an interesting. I don't know if I could answer that question honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say encourage more girls to do Legos, and I don't mean that in a sense of making more like girlish,
Feminine sets.
Yeah.
hmm
But I would kind of like, attract to more girls because I feel like still, even though like they do make stuff for girls, I feel like a lot of girls aren't into Lego,
hmm
or they only think that they can get like, the friend sets and stuff like that.
Sure.
So
I'm going to play off this a little bit because Lou fed me a line here.
okay.
So you being now a woman in Lego,
Yeah.
do you feel that you're a possible inspiration or anything else to any of the girls that come in or that are watching at home? Isn't that right?
I feel like to an extent I am. I don't think fully because I'm not into Lego, but I feel like I can I show a lot of like younger girls like, yeah, you can do this like at an older age and it's not that big of a deal and it actually is pretty fun. So I feel
You have a
like
good time.
Yeah, I feel like to an extent like yes, but I don't think so at the same time because I'm not like into Lego like how certain people are.
How serious they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave, you have some more? I think you said you had a. Okay.
Specific to her, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and ask.
Gamer asked if you've been to the Mexican restaurant down the street by you, right by the Mexican ice cream place, and if so, just trying to spread the word out.
Negative. I have not been. So
I don't even know what he's talking about, so I don't even know.
that next question.
All right, Kurt, hit me with it.
Ooh. Now, I've talked about getting one.
Yeah, you have.
With you because you have the tattoos.
Yeah. I don't know. My mom has a Lego Unikitty tattooed,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people comment on it, and they really like it.
Okay. If you did,
Yes.
what would it be of?
It would probably be Harry Potter related, if I'm honest.
Maybe a little Lego Harry Potter,
Yeah,
little wand or something?
like that.
Maybe
yeah.
a fluffy.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, I don't think I would get one, but I mean, you never know. So.
I don't know, because for a while there, almost every week you were coming up with a new tattoo. I was like, she's going to be covered by the time June hits. So I'm kind of glad this COVID thing happened, or else you would probably have like 6 or 7 more by now.
No. No.
Especially with all this this new money coming in and all the stimulus package money.
Yeah.
Should be like every was it the 31st you said or 13th?
Every
At
13th.
Tetsu's
Yeah,
place?
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Yep, today's Wednesday the 13th, so
Yeah.
it was out, unfortunately. It is the 13th, wrong day though.
Yeah, that's like a family thing we go and do. So.
It's a nice thing to do with your mom.
Yeah.
Did your dad get any tattoos? Does he get them with you guys at the same time, or is it just you and your mom?
He is not able to make it to every Friday the 13th because of work and stuff. But
Darn work.
Yeah, but when he can, he either tries to take off so that way like we can all go as a family because that's kind of how it started. So just kind of depends.
Side question.
Yes.
What is your favorite season between winter, fall, spring, or summer, and why?
I have 2.
Fair enough.
Summer.
Okay.
Because I hate wearing pants. I like wearing shorts. So in the summer, I live in shorts and tank tops.
So you
or
drive
big
yourself
t-shirts.
crazy when you're wearing pants.
Yes. I hate jeans. I hate yogas. I love shorts. I love shorts. I hate gym shoes too. Like I like wearing flip flops all the time. Like if I could, I would wear flip flops.
But you like your
all year
Converse,
round.
your was it Converse shoes or whatever?
My
Your Vans?
Yeah, I love my Vans are comfy. Yes, but
Converse, from
I
what I've been
just-
told, are not very comfy. My feet are too big to really care about that. They'd be like $300.
but yeah, I like summer because it's hot. So I don't like the cold. I'm anemic, so I get cold really easily. So being in the cold makes it 10 times worse for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I like fall because it's that weird in between where it's warm, but it's like chilly outside,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not
Warm during the day,
super
chilly at
cold.
night.
Yeah, it's not super cold, and I love like bonfire weather, and I feel like
Okay.
fall is perfect for that.
Going off seasons, what's your favorite holiday?
Christmas and Halloween, and I can't pick, so don't ask me to.
I think I could probably pick for you based off of our conversations. I think you like Halloween a smidge better.
See, my mom might argue and say I like Christmas.
Well, if she's
smidge
watching,
more.
feel free to argue. We want to hear about it.
Yeah, she would probably.
I want
argue.
to get into some family drama.
Yeah, she would probably argue and say Christmas.
Bricks and Minifigs
So-
family feud.
So right, Jonathan,
Because at my house we have a rule I'm not allowed to decorate for Christmas until after Thanksgiving
that's how it should be.
because
Just for all of you people who are decorating in June.
because if I could I would decorate before. Not like
So why do
way
you? Okay,
before.
so let's touch on this for just briefly.
Uh-huh.
So why do you like Halloween so much?
I like Halloween because I like the spooky costumes. I like like everybody's not.
Do you like the
same thing.
gory, like crazy,
Yeah.
evil, like realistic costumes,
Like-
or do you like the little like?
Like
I
hate haunted houses. My mom could tell you I will scream and cry, but I love going to them. Like
Okay.
that's me and her go to haunted houses every
Your mom
fall.
says it's Christmas.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, she's watching.
yeah, she'll say Christmas.
Okay. So why do you like Christmas so much?
I've
But we
always.
got to take the presents aspect out of it.
I don't just
Who
when I
doesn't
was
like
a
it
little
stuff?
kid, I was really into Santa bringing me presents, and then
Mm-hmm.
making cookies for Santa, and then opening presents with everybody the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a big family person.
Okay.
So I like spending time with my family, and the fact that Christmas is.
The big
What-
time of the year. Besides,
Yeah.
well, originally it should be Thanksgiving, but
But yeah, but the one time a year.
most
I
everybody gets
guess,
together.
Yeah, everybody
Okay.
gets together. So.
So you enjoy being around
Yeah.
family.
We even when I was younger, we used to buy they're like plastic stockings for dogs, but they're
Mhm.
filled with dog toys, and we would wrap them and we actually let our dogs physically open their presents.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I love doing that too.
You and I have talked before about the numerous animals at your house.
Yeah, I have a zoo.
How many pets do you have?
I have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and 20-something snakes right now.
And why 20 something? You don't know exactly how many you have?
2, we actually just had a snake have babies, so I
Okay.
don't know the exact number that we have now. My dad's really big into reptiles. We always had them when we were kids. You know, we had snakes, we had scorpions, we had bearded dragons. So
Better dragons are cool.
yeah, they're
We used to
very
have one in
cool.
one of our classrooms in elementary school.
So my
Sorry.
dad's really into that, so I'm into that a little bit, not as much as I used to be.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just kind of his thing, but I help out. Well, I try to the best I can.
Have you been bitten by the snakes yet?
I'm not, because
Has anybody in the house been bitten by snakes
yes.
yet? Which snake is the most feisty or aggressive, I guess is the word for it.
Feisty.
Which one's the one that everybody's always afraid is going to bite them?
I would say our bigger one. She doesn't have a name right now. She's actually the one that just had babies.
She doesn't have a name?
No.
So that means her babies don't have names.
Well, one baby has a name.
The nameless snake.
One baby has a name.
Why does one baby have a name?
Because he only has one eye, so we named him One Eye Willie. That was my mom's doing. So that was pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You can't make that stuff up.
I don't know. I haven't really been around when my dad takes her out and stuff, but the only time he really has taken her out right now is when he feeds her. So anytime she sees him, she expects food.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of more on
The edgy
what are you
side.
gonna give me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say she probably is, just because we haven't had the time to work with her yet.
Okay.
So
All right. Dave, do you have any online questions over there?
I got one, but I'm curious to see what you have so far before I get to this one.
Go ahead.
All right. So this one was asked for me yesterday by Guillermo.
okay.
Becca, I think you'll like it.
Okay.
All right. If you could switch to a better timeline, what would you want to change, or would you stay in this original timeline?
So
this
if I could go-
So this was a question that was posed to Dave yesterday about
Okay.
mostly dealing with kind of Spider-Man or DC multiverse stuff.
Oh.
So if you could pick another essentially version of reality, what would you change if you did, or would you stay in the same timeline that you're in now?
I don't know.
Dave had a trouble question answering this one too.
I don't. If there was another reality, I'd like to go and see it, but I don't know how I would want that reality to be.
Yeah. So the question is if you did go to the other reality, you could change one thing. What would it be? If you went, or would you just stay here?
Honestly, I would probably just stay here. I'd probably freak out too much.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd probably just stay here.
So, all right. So there you go. So I think Dave said the same thing. So it's 2 for 2 for staying here. We're not risking it.
Yeah.
So, Dave, do you have any questions for Becca at all?
Oh boy. Anything.
I've got one more other question dealing with a store here.
Okay.
So
Go for it.
our store, as many people that have been in here know, is many different colors.
Yes.
Okay, we did that for a reason.
Yes.
If you could choose another color to add to our store palette,
I need to.
what color would it be?
We have blue, we have pink, we have orange, we have green.
We've got teal, pink, dark purple, blue, other blue,
orange and green,
orange, lime green.
I'd probably say yellow.
Go yellow. Why yellow?
Because we don't have yellow.
We don't have a lot, 118 other Lego
put
colors.
it on the ceiling, brighten up
I know.
the area.
I don't think we're gonna color this ceiling. I think we're gonna leave that black.
Or you know what would be cool would be the some kind of Friends color. I don't know
Okay.
what
Toys
or
specific color
something?
I would choose because I like the Friends
So
colors.
are you thinking like some of the pinks, like the magenta
maybe
or something like that?
the
or are
the
you
baby
thinking
pinks or like the lavender? I really like the lavender
lavender
color.
purple? But we
Yeah,
already have a
that's what my
purple,
name
though.
tag is.
Yes, your name tag is lavender purple.
Or maybe I always say it wrong, the Marsk blue,
Marisk.
Marisk blue.
Marisk.
Yeah,
It's a
one's
very
my
unique
favorite.
color.
Or
It's copyrighted
the sand
color.
red would be cool too.
Trademark color? I can't remember. Yeah.
Sand red.
Sand red?
The old
Really?
sand red would be interesting.
Sand red.
Yeah, I kind of like
It's
that
an
one.
awkward color.
It is.
We've had about 12 of those
But I
pieces
haven't
in the
seen
store
a lot
before.
of it. Yeah. So I
very rare.
think that would be cool.
Okay.
Like
Sand
when
red.
pigs
Yeah.
fly.
Interesting.
You never see it.
What's that?
It's like it's when pigs fly. You never see this.
You
color.
never see it anywhere. It doesn't work that well.
I might have a couple for her.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me check. Can everybody hear me all right? I would hope so.
Yeah, make sure that you're
All
on
right.
there.
So, right now, up to date, let's say when we reopen, you have another opportunity. What would be something you would take away from being here at Bricks and Minifigs if you were to leave?
Oh.
I were to leave here, what would I take away from
So what's
working here?
what's one big
Yes.
thing that you learned working here that you would take with you to your other job
Or maybe not another job, maybe just overall.
in general?
in life?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the way I act around customers, I'm not doing it just to put on like customer service
Mm-hmm.
like tactic or whatever.
Yep.
You know, like my parents raised me to have manners towards everybody.
You have manners?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I promise. But it was
If
like,
you didn't have good manners and everything else, I wouldn't have hired you to begin
yeah. So like whenever they would take me to my friend's house, you know, it would be like say thank you to their mom and dad. It's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. So like, and you know, you treat
with. And
others.
you're talking to their dad. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and it's like you treat others how you want to be treated, and nobody's like people are different, but they're not different. They're
Mhm.
just people. So I mean, I kind of use that here towards the customers. Like everybody's the same. They're just different in their own ways, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'd probably like that's gone really well, and people have like really appreciated me being that way towards them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'd probably take that away and keep doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But I
Okay.
mean, Yeah.
So we've talked also about your mom, who's clearly watching, and your dad.
Yes.
Do you have any siblings out there?
I do.
How many siblings do you have? Whether it's biological, step, in-laws, whatever. Well, hopefully not in-laws. 'cause you're not married,
Technically
so
have
it's a little weird.
3 siblings.
Okay.
Yes.
Brothers, sisters.
I have 2. They're all older, so I'm the baby.
So you're the baby.
I'm the baby.
You got the
I
baby.
have 2 older brothers, and then I have an older sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
All live in the state and they're in the area, or are they
My
all over the place?
oldest brother lives in Florida.
Okay.
My
He's probably loving that the beaches are open.
second oldest brother
Florida.
lives with me, and then my older sister lives somewhere in Chicago. I'm not sure where.
Okay.
I don't have that full relationship with her, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you wish you did?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I have met her. She's more like my brother that I live with, and she is me. She's more like quiet and stuff and
Mhm.
shy,
Mm-hmm.
whereas I'm more outgoing, more into the sports and stuff. So it's kind of like different there.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like your siblings and stuff, at least 2/3 of them live elsewhere.
Yeah.
Would you say that like your upbringing was pretty easygoing, or was it pretty troublesome with having different siblings and this and that or whatever?
I didn't meet my oldest brother until last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good
I
experience, bad experience?
very good experience. So I never really like knew much about him. Like I knew about him. I was probably like 12, I want to say. I don't really know, but I'd known about him then. But like growing up was easy. I mean, you know, I was a bad kid every once in a while just because I was a little.
What's the worst thing that you what's the worst thing that you did and got in trouble for?
I ran
And-
away.
You ran away?
I ran away.
Okay. Now I have to admit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to say that the girls out there should do this, whatever. But it seems that almost every woman I know at some point in her life has tried to run away. Not
But
always with the
here's
boys,
thing.
but the girls almost always. Oh yeah, there's one night I ran away. I got like 3 blocks and I came back home, and
No,
it's like okay,
I ran away to my neighbor's house.
like next door neighbor.
Yes,
So you literally went
Literally.
like 25 feet away from your house.
literally. Yes.
Okay.
And my mom knew I was there. So she went there. And I was actually hiding in my neighbor's siblings' closet, and I told them, just tell them I'm not here. That obviously didn't work.
I don't think they wanted to be arrested for harboring a fugitive.
So, that was probably the worst thing I did. Besides, my mom will say cutting my hair was probably the worst thing.
Well, that grows back,
Yeah,
as we've
but
known.
I did
And you're
that
still growing it out. So I don't
multiple
know.
times.
Okay.
So she was.
Were you like 3 or something, and you just decided to take a pair of scissors?
I was
cut
in
your
middle
hair?
school.
Okay.
I decided I wanted bangs, and I cut bangs.
Okay.
Didn't go very well. But
Well, at least you didn't try shaving your eyebrows off.
oh no, I did that too.
Oh, okay.
I shaved half of my eyebrow off, and my excuse to my mom, keep in mind I was young, okay? I told her I was getting rid of my grays.
When you were young, like was this like 9 or something, or like what age are we talking here?
I don't remember
12?
what age I was, but she was like, "Are you kidding me? You don't even have any grays." And I was like, I was messing around and I shaved half my eyebrow off. So,
Okay, I was referring to somebody else, but that's a pretty good story. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
so-
Dave, do you have any other ones from the online chat there? Come on, guys.
Chris says hi, your son.
Hi,
Oh, great.
Chris.
Christopher's watching
That's not
too.
a question. That's a statement. I have another one.
Yeah.
I guess I
Go for
could
it.
ask.
Go ahead.
All right, so Becca, just to hear this out, you could probably ask this differently for Ryan later. But
Okay.
for you
Okay.
as an employee, what is something you enjoy or appreciate from Ryan being your boss, the head boss?
Ooh.
That's an easy question. That's
Don't make me
actually
cry.
that's not a hard question. So for my first job, like I was really nervous,
Mhm.
but you were like kind of I guess I put it in as you kind of took me in as one of your own, like you didn't treat me any different just because I didn't know a whole lot
Mhm.
and you were willing to teach me like what I didn't know. And when you learned that I like pick up quick, like you were teaching me more and more. So I kind of appreciate that because you never like made me feel like, oh well, why am I working here if I don't?
You don't know Lego? Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
So
I'm going to play off that a little bit.
oh gosh. Okay.
What's something, and don't worry because this is going to come up on your guys' 2-year interview too. So
Oh
take
boy.
note, Dave. What is something that you haven't learned yet here working here at Bricks the Minifigs that you want to still learn or explore?
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Dave's laughing over there. I don't know why.
Another question pop up.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably like I guess one thing for me would be like when new stuff is coming out, like to be
Mhm.
aware of it and actually like know more about it
Mhm.
instead of
I'd like to
just,
know more of that too.
Yeah. So
Darn
I
distributors.
mean, we
and
kind
stuff.
of talk
Just
about it, but I don't think we like really go into detail about
Mhm.
it. So I kind of don't like know much still about like newer stuff until like we get it if we do
Mhm.
get some stuff. So I guess
Okay.
that would be it.
Okay. So you want to get more into the new upcoming product?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a lot coming out this year.
Yeah, because like
There's a
when
lot of
people
stuff
come
coming out in
in,
June and July and August and all
Yeah,
sorts of stuff coming
because
in.
when people come in, I can tell them about the retired stuff we have all day, but
Yep.
like the newer stuff, I'm just kind of like, oh, like I don't know
there's that coming
whole
out?
much about it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Work on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming out, and especially, hopefully, we can bring you guys all back to work here soon,
Hopefully.
and we'll be going over all of that in detail because that is going to be our big bread and butter
Good.
right now. I mean, everything's going to be popping up on our e-store and everything else too. So,
Yeah.
Dave, what was that? What popped up on the feed there? What do you want to ask? Or what does the audience want to
So
ask?
this is from Guillermo.
Okay.
Do you get many Karens?
Do you get many
Me
Karens?
personally,
Do you want to describe what a Karen is first? So the
a
audience
Karen is
knows?
a person that does not like to be very nice when they come in. I will leave it at that.
Okay.
I've only ever dealt with one. No, I'd have to say 2 Karens.
Okay.
But
Wanna
other
talk
than that,
about those?
Did it go okay, or was it a
you were
false
here
outcome?
for one of them.
Which I think I remember.
You probably know exactly which one I'm going to bring up. So this person had come in for a big trade of minifigures, and I was working with somebody else that no longer works here. I'm pretty sure it was Josh.
Okay.
So we were going through it. Well, he wasn't really agreeing with the prices that we were coming up with, and I was like, well, I really don't know what to do here. So he was kind of getting frustrated and, like, we don't know what we're doing kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I'm literally doing everything my boss has told me to do. And he's never had a problem with it. So I got really frustrated, and I had gotten you because I was like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm doing my job. And the fact that he thinks I'm not doing my job is kind of like,
An insult.
so you had told him that everything that I had written down was right. And he was like, well, you need to check it on something else. And you're like, well, that's what it is. So if you don't want us to take it, then we won't. And he threw a lot of his stuff back in his tote and didn't sell it to us. That one's probably my number one for me because that was like super frustrating.
I remember that one.
Very frustrating for me.
And were you a little? I remember the customer that came in. Were you a little leery that I was going to say that you did it wrong, or were you?
I mean,
pretty confident that I was going to say that you did it right.
I was pretty confident that I was right. I mean, I'm sure there were a couple that I was probably like, okay, maybe I could have gone up maybe a little bit on this. But like, for me, I usually double check prices with you because a lot of sets are in that weird in between. So I want to make sure like we're on set from what in between price we're thinking. So I was like expecting maybe you to change like a few, but yeah.
Were you besides the fact that he didn't sell it to us, were you happy with the outcome of?
I was still annoyed
when you came in and when I told him basically that you were right.
Yeah, the way that I had handled it, I felt like I had handled it well. Like I could have just been like, "Whoa."
Yeah. No, you did a good job.
So
and honestly, I think some of that was also because of the fact that you're the only girl here, and you probably didn't think that you knew what you were doing.
yeah, so I mean, I was really overwhelmed, and for me being overwhelmed and like having some anxiety in that situation, I feel like I handled it pretty well by like.
And if I remember right, that was one of your first big lots that you were doing by yourself.
Yeah.
So
it was nerve-wracking.
You did a good job.
But
you did a good job. Dave, you got another one over there?
Well, to continue on that,
yeah, go ahead.
I ask, what was the other one?
Oh, so you said you had 2. So what would have been the second one?
So when we certify sets, prices can change for retired sets because they're
part of the market. The market changes.
Yeah. So we had 2 of the same sets out, but the prices were different on them. And the gentleman had brought me the one that was cheaper and asked me why the prices were different. And I said, I've never dealt with this before. I don't know. So I came and talked to you, of course, like I always do to make sure what I'm doing is right. And he said, what? And you told me, well, he can take that one for $20 because the price wasn't fixed on it. And so I told him that, and, like checking out, he was like whispering about me to, I'm assuming was his wife about, well, what did she expect? Was I going to take it for $25 instead of 20? And like, he had like this huge attitude about it. And I was just kind of like,
even though we gave him what I wanted.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't understand because I literally went and asked the question that you wanted me to. And now you're just being rude about it. Like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
So
it does happen on occasion. But luckily,
it doesn't happen a lot.
Luckily, it doesn't happen very often, and we're usually pretty on top of things.
Yeah.
But of course, you've been here for 2 years now, so you know a little bit more how to handle certain situations. Yeah. So I don't think you'll have that many problems with that anymore. She's like, please no more carries.
Yeah.
Please no more.
So that was really the only 2 times, and honestly, the second one wasn't that bad. I mean, I was just kind of upset, like you're talking about me in front of me, like.
Yeah, you can just wait until at least I go away and go outside.
So, yeah.
side of the question. So,
Yes.
most of the employees that have worked here
Yes.
have built the Pinewood Derby car on Lego. You've been here for 2 years and still don't have one.
No.
Are we going to see Becca's Pinewood Derby car or Brick Derby car rather, before the end of 2020?
Probably not. I'll be honest. It's been 2 years. I haven't been in no hurry to do it, and I'm still in no hurry to do it. It's probably because I don't know really how to go about building on my own, and especially for a car, like we want the fastest car. Like that's kind of our
It's the goal.
team thing that we're
or the
trying to
coolest
do.
looking, one or the other.
So, I mean, I kind of understand a little bit of what I should do, but I don't understand like everything. So I kind of don't want to do it because I'll
Okay.
need help with it.
That's fine.
But I
That's
kind of
what we're here for.
Yeah, I know, but I want to do it by myself, and I know that I'm not gonna.
So,
the
so you're
full
gonna need
extent
some
by
coaxing
myself.
on some ideas on what to do,
Yes.
so then you can design it yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll take care of that once you start coming back to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Andrew and Riley don't have theirs yet either.
Andrew and Riley also do not have theirs yet.
That should be a priority.
Yeah, we should make that a day. Let's
No.
bring everybody in, and they'll have like a live derby workshop. We can just
Goodness.
take direction from everybody else. You can start building your own.
Give us something fun to do as
Yeah.
a nice come back to the shop.
There you go. We could have a live build event with all of our part timers
I got another one here.
trying to
from
dethrone
Guillermo.
David and I.
From Guillermo.
Mhm.
Guillermo's got all the questions.
Guillermo had, like I said, I think Guillermo had 27 questions yesterday. He and Ellie Hammer had a few yesterday.
Kurt had quite a few.
Kurt,
early.
yep. All right, so go
the
ahead.
Same people for it. All right. If you could hang out with a cast member, I guess, from a TV show, what show and who would you choose?
Ooh.
That's too hard. I have so many.
Now, do they have to be the
favorite
character
shows.
that they were in the show, or is it just, or are you talking about like
Or just
specifically
like
the actor?
famous person.
I don't
in
know. It
general.
says if you could hang
Ooh.
out with a cast of a TV show.
Well,
what
because like if you
show
said
would
like Steve
choose?
Carell, for instance, would it be Steve Carell from The Office, or would it be Steve Carell from 40-Year-Old Virgin, or from?
If
Despicable Me.
honestly,
Me.
off the top of my head, a cast that I would want to hang out with is probably the cast from One Tree Hill. I really love that TV show, and
Okay.
it kind of relates to basketball, and I'm into basketball, so I think that'd be really cool. And Chad Michael Murray still does stuff for One Tree Hill, and like he signs basketballs, and there's like One Tree Hill basketballs that he sells and stuff. So yeah, I think that's
Okay.
cool. That's
That's a good one.
yeah.
Interesting.
So I think that'd be the cast. One of the casts out of many shows. Out of many,
Watch
many
too much
shows.
TV, Becca,
I do.
until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure. Why not?
Let me see. Trying to come up with at least a couple more.
You're
I
at
can get to
152.
School, basketball, art, whatever.
So,
related.
well, here you go. So you played basketball for JJC. What position were you in the team, and what position did you really want? on
on the roster it says I was a forward, which I guess I kind of played the forward position. Shooting guard is another position I played.
Okay. What would be what is the position that you would want to play? Like you really, really wanted?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard?
Yeah,
Okay. Why shooting guard?
because I like shooting. I don't like.
Okay.
I'm a shooter. I don't. That's the only way I can really
Hmm.
explain it. In high school, I played center and forward until my junior and senior year, where my coach had switched me over to the position of doing that. And then once I realized like I could shoot, and like I'm one of the tallest shooters, I kind of got like the hang of it, and I really liked it because
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9" and 3/4,
Oh,
as the doctor has said.
Not 5'10" or 5'11" on our JJC roster, which is completely blown
they
out of
always,
proportion.
yeah, they give you a few inches.
Yeah, if you're ever looking at the JJC women's basketball roster, especially,
And it says
knock
I'm-
like 2 inches off of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not 5'11" at all. Nor do I want to be.
Yeah, I'm sure there's sometimes you probably wish you were that extra inch
No.
taller.
No,
No?
I don't want to be taller. I wish I was shorter.
Okay. One of your favorite holidays was Halloween,
Mhm.
and you talked about haunted houses.
Mhm.
What is your favorite haunted house or scariest that you've been to so far?
I can't think
If
of
you
the
can
name of
remember.
it.
Where's that? It's in a spooky place.
Massacre Haunted House. We've gone to. I
I don't remember
don't
what
quite remember where it is. So, Mom, if you're watching, you could help out and comment for me.
that is. The mother of all knowledge.
Yeah, we tend to go there every year around
Okay.
the fall time. It's just like a small haunted house, nothing like too huge. But yeah, it gets me pretty good. So,
Okay.
working up to Statesville, but I don't know if.
Oh, Statesville Haunted House is dope. It's awesome. And it's right over here at Cottonwood Farms, right down the street.
I don't know.
Located right here in unincorporated Crest Hills / Summer,
Yeah.
the county land.
Yeah.
What's one of your biggest fears?
Clowns.
Why clowns? Clowns is a big fear for a lot of.
They're
I don't know
just
why.
creepy.
Okay.
They're
This is
creepy.
from Montgomery, Illinois.
Oh, Montgomery. Okay.
Yeah.
So Massacre Haunted House up in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably pretty close. To where I used to work.
I don't know. My mom. Okay, so when I was younger, the original It.
Was awesome. And
My
super
mom
scary.
said I would ask to watch it all the time, but from when I can remember watching it, I think I was around 4 or 5.
Ooh, that's young to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Amy? Jeez.
I was terrified of it, especially the original one. I went to go see the new one. I have not seen Chapter 2 yet.
I haven't seen the new one yet.
But it's just no, I don't. I
So
don't
we
like
so we
it.
need to have a movie night and watch the newer revised version of that. Huh?
It's-
Have Joe bring his projector over.
clowns. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I got another one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kurt asks, "Do you watch Stranger Things?"
I love Stranger Things. I love it, and I'm sad they're only making one more season.
Yep.
But I mean, how else can you really carry on that show?
So, you know what? It's been long enough. So I don't care if it's a spoiler or not.
Spoiler, in case you haven't
Possible
watched it.
spoiler if you don't watch the show, and shame on you for not watching it. Hopper's alive.
Hopper's alive. Oh my gosh!
We
I
know
knew
this
it.
now
I knew it.
as part of the trailer.
I knew it.
How do you feel about that?
Hold on. Having issues.
This is tiny ear syndrome.
Yeah.
It's Tess. She's gonna do a TED talk on that eventually later too.
Yeah.
How to deal with
that'll
small
be
ears.
another show. Becca's TED Talks. I'm excited. I knew Hopper was alive. I stuck to that since they ended. What was it? The second season.
Second season. Yeah, this is only 3 seasons, which is weird. You'd think they would do more.
Yeah.
I think all the kids are just hitting puberty and their voices are dropping, so it's making it harder.
Well, that and then how long can you really carry on that kind of show? You know what I mean? Like they've already
yeah,
gotten
true.
to that
Yeah,
point.
you gotta ride the wave.
Yeah. So I kind of figured he was. I didn't believe that he was dead. But that killed me. I cried. I cried so hard.
Did you ever believe that the mind flayers got him?
No. I knew he was in Russia. I knew it.
Darn Russians.
I knew it. So I'm very excited to see this 3rd season and see how if he makes it back to them
Okay.
or not.
I can't remember what the name of the town was called.
I know. Now that I'm talking about it, I can't think about it.
I bet you your mom knows what the name of the town is called. Who's your favorite character from the show? From Stranger Things.
I like Dustin. He's funny. He's mine and my mom's favorite. He's
I think he's everybody's favorite after that Never Ending Story theme song at the end.
Yeah.
Never Ending Story.
Yeah. So,
Best musical moment of a show ever.
yeah.
Kurt says they want more.
Me
sets,
too.
And
Yes.
he says they're from Hawkins.
Hawkins.
thank you.
Yeah, wasn't Hawkins, Indiana or something like that too?
Yes.
It was nearby. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you had the chance to go with a, how do we call it? A medium team or a paranormal team to a haunted prison, would you go?
I would. I would be terrified, but I'd go just to get that kind of experience. I think that'd be interesting.
Okay. What happens if something really crazy out of this world happened to you while you were there?
Just another experience. I mean, I'd probably freak out a little bit, yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, who wouldn't? But
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do. I do. I
Okay.
have
To what extent?
What do you mean? Like, I believe there's ghosts, and I believe that places are haunted and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
Been to a haunted cemetery. I actually caught something on my camera.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people are like,
Just
"Oh,
proof.
that's fake" and stuff like that. But I mean, to each their own.
Yep.
So.
Okay. So beyond ghosts, aliens, do they exist?
Yes, I freaking love aliens. They're real. Okay,
They're out there.
that is yes. My mom will tell you. I love aliens. I love outer space. Stuff
Well, you
like that.
figure we're one planet in a series of billions
There's
and trillions
no
of
way.
planets.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way we're here by ourselves. Right.
That's why I wish the raid of Area 51 actually happens.
Just to see if anything is actually in there or not.
Yeah, but I mean,
Not to see how many people got tased or
what
shot.
are they
out of the van.
actually
Technically,
hiding
we're
in
an
there?
Alien, so
What's that?
technically, we're an alien.
So I mean,
That can
can
be
deny
debated.
it.
if there was stuff that they didn't want us to see, how serious is it? Because they don't want us to see it. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
So here's a question that I asked Andrew, since we kind of talked about this a little bit.
Okay.
Have you seen the Matrix movies?
No. We tried to
Okay.
watch it and I wasn't into it, so I turned it off. It's
Okay.
lame.
You really got to do one or the other. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you choose like blatant truth where you knew everything about everything, or blissful ignorance where you basically don't know any of the truths really at all and you just live your happy little go-lucky
And you're
life?
okay without knowing all truth. I
So it's
probably
either one or the other. It's not like, oh, I want to know some truth. It's you know everything.
no. I'd feel like I'd rather not know everything.
Blissful ignorance.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to, but I feel like that could also like hurt someone knowing all the truth of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather not know.
That
everything.
aliens are out there and then ghosts exist.
I mean, I'd like to know that part, but you know.
It's all or nothing, though.
Yeah. So no, I think I'd be okay with blissful ignorance.
Okay. All right. If anybody else that is watching right now has any questions at all for Becca, any last minute questions, please get those in now. We're going to give you guys just a couple minutes to get it in. If not, we're going to call this stream. But I do want to thank Becca for making it in today.
Thanks.
I know it's been a little crazy with everything going on, and especially your schedule without having your own car yet. Keyword being yet. And that hopefully we'll have Riley on our show tomorrow if he's feeling up to it. Are you ready to interview me on Friday?
Yes, I already have some questions that I typed out in my phone.
Has this interview helped you think of some more?
No.
No? Really?
No idea. No.
Wow.
Yeah, like
I'm
I said, I
surprised.
have like 10 like personally for you. But yeah.
Okay, work on that list.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of have my team members help me out here
There you
a
go.
little bit.
Yeah.
So
Or if any of you at home have any questions for Raleigh or myself, make sure you guys send those to us as well, and make sure we include those on our list. So, Dave, do we have any other last minute questions rolling in from our viewers?
No, we are all caught up. We're pretty solid.
Okay. Anything else you would like to talk about or let anybody else know that we haven't discussed?
no, but I'm sure I'll think of it later. Like
Maybe
oh, we
personal
could've talked
feelings
about
or hobbies
this.
about anything. What's your favorite music? Do you have a favorite band or singer?
No.
No,
Well-
nothing. Okay, easier question. Is there any certain music genre that you hate?
Like the
Or strongly
screamo
dislike?
metal, like rah,
Okay.
music. No,
Okay.
I hate that. That's not even music to me, and I know, like
So you're
some
talking
people
like
are into
Slipknot
that.
and everything else?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't. That's the only one I
Favorite
really
favorite
think
band,
of.
favorite musician, nothing?
I like Post Malone. I like
Post
him a lot.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't really know. I just kind of have my favorites here and there, but not like I'm obsessed favorite. Like I have to listen to them like every time they come out with a new album, kind of thing. I'm not like that with anybody I listen to.
Okay.
So
Do you have a favorite song?
no,
Did you just rock to anytime it's on?
no,
No? Really? Almost
Yeah.
everybody has a favorite song.
no.
Okay. Favorite animated show?
Animated show?
Show. Not movie.
I don't know. We'd have to name.
From any time. Whether you're growing up.
I liked Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
That was my favorite.
It was Nick at Night, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and my brother used to watch that together all the time. So that one's probably one of my favorites.
That show was so much.
That would be cool as
I
a
don't-
set.
That would be
Like
that'd
the
be good.
house and stuff. That would be really
We
cool.
actually have a friend who did was it Rocco's Modern Life and stuff like that too. Remember those shows?
Yeah, so that would be cool.
So, but yeah, Courage. I thought was gonna be some like fun little show, and then I watched it. I was like, oh my god, like this is so twisted. And then as an adult, I was like, dude, this is so twisted.
Pretty
It's
cool,
awesome.
though, yeah.
It's a really cool show. Dave, Jared, do you guys have anything else you want to ask her? Right now, she's in the hot
I'm
seat.
sure Jared over here is
Please
just
don't.
writing all this.
No, nothing.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay, I have one more question that I had for you. I didn't get a chance to write down. I just remembered it.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
White, black, or colored? What kind of socks do you wear? Or prefer?
It depends on what I'm wearing, honestly. Because if I wear yogas and stuff, I usually tuck my yogas into my basketball socks.
Okay. And your basketball socks are what?
Black or white.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on what I'm wearing, which color I decide to wear.
Okay.
If I wear ankle socks, I wear fun socks. And like my no-show socks, you've seen some have like chickens and pigs and
Weird
stuff
things on them?
Yeah, so I like really fun socks.
Okay.
So
Themed socks, fun
yeah.
socks. Do you have any Harry Potter socks?
I do. It's
kind?
just one pair is Slytherin because that's the house I was sorted into.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what other ones I have now. I think that just might be it for Harry Potter.
Okay.
But yeah, I have punny ones. I have ones that have crawfish.
You love
on
your
them.
puns.
Yeah, I have ones that have crawfish on them, and it said that fish cray because they're crawfish, crayfish, whatever. However you say it.
Yeah. Crawdads.
Yeah. So I like punny socks like that.
Okay.
That's.
Do you have a
fun.
favorite pun?
No. They're all good. They're all funny. I like
As long
my
as they're
dad
funny,
jokes.
it's all good.
Yeah, I
And
like
your
my
dad
dad
jokes?
jokes.
Okay. Do you have a favorite dad joke? Can you think of one off the top of your head?
Joe had a good one when he was here the other day, and now I don't know what it
Yeah,
was.
too bad Joe's not watching us right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Him and all of his questions went down the toilet
I
today.
don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Well, maybe we'll get all the
Hopefully
team
everybody's
together
okay.
next week, and people can grill us all together.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, maybe.
Have some group discussions.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the beginning of the vlog.
Brick
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, I don't have one off the top of my head,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
I
can't
got
think of
another
one.
one here.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
So from your eldest son, Christopher, he asked, Becca, what's your biggest Lego set you ever built?
What's the largest Lego set
The
you've ever
Lego
built?
set, the largest one I ever built, like me personally, would be my Christmas village. But like here at the store, when I helped you guys with the Death Star, would
Okay.
What is going on?
That's a good question. Hold on a second. Oh, they're all just being crazy because they got food next door.
Oh, okay.
The girl brought the food out to the car with full of guys, so the guys are freaking out there like, food!
Yeah, so probably the biggest one I ever worked on here would probably be the Death Star that I can think of. That would probably be the biggest one.
Okay, good question.
Good question.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we've got for you tonight.
Yes.
So for you at home, make sure you guys join us tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Hopefully, we will have Riley on. If not, if he's still not feeling well, we're going to skip
Really?
his show for now, and then we'll have to reschedule his for next week. But then join us Friday for a special edition of Meet the Bam Fam, where Becca here gets to grill me.
Ryan.
So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully she comes up with some interesting, good questions. And hopefully there's a lot of people with other questions of their own to ask us as well. And then, of course, if that comes up and you still end up having questions for Becca, you can always ask them at that point too. I'm okay with it. It's fine. We'll get share the show. It's fine. So thank you, Becca, for joining us. Was it fun? Was it pretty good?
My Meet the Bam Fam.
Your Meet the Bam Fam? Yeah, this is Becca's idea. This is a brainchild.
Yeah.
So So far, it's been a lot of fun. We've got a lot of
Yeah.
interesting questions and some deep questions. You know, you're not as into Lego as whatever. So that question doesn't mean as much to you. But what's that? What's up? Dave's cracking up over here.
Kurt.
What did Kurt say?
It's a joke. All right.
Did he
Did
he
he-
said a
did-
dad joke?
No, it's a dinosaur joke.
A dinosaur
Okay,
joke?
go
Let's hear
ahead.
it.
Let's hear Kurt's joke.
Okay, so Kurt's joke here is, why can't you hear a pterodactyl go pee?
Go pee. Why?
It's because pee is silent.
That's good.
See, they're so
See?
stupid, but they're so funny.
That's a good joke. Dave, you are on mic. Mic is on, right? I hope
Yeah, I think
some people
it's
heard
okay.
that. Okay,
That's great.
so there you go. There's a joke. So
Thanks, Kurt.
why didn't anybody hear the pterodactyl go pee? Because the pee is silent. There you go.
It's a good
On
joke.
that note, we're going to cut out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Becca, for being here and on our midweek Hump Day stream here.
Yep.
And then, of course, join us tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Riley's interview here at Meet the Bam Fam. And then myself on Friday being interviewed by Becca here. And of course, always, if you have any questions or need any sets at all like that, please feel free to give us a call here at the store, 815-582-4220, or check out our new website as well. We've got our new web store available. And I finally fixed all the links in our email. So if you want to see any of our channels, YouTube channels, everything else like that, please check out the latest email if you are part of the email list. If not, you can sign up through our Facebook page as well right now. There's a link on the left-hand side that says sign up for emails. You just got to put your information in, and you'll get those to you as well.
Want to do a
So thank you very much for that. What's that, Dave?
quick reminder about Saturday?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. So also, there's a reminder about Brick World is having their first of their 4 upcoming virtual cons coming up this Saturday from 11 to 5 p.m. Central Time. We are going to be here at the store checking it out, possibly with some friends and family. And, of course, we invite all of you to join that as well. You just go to brickworld.com, go to conventions, and it'll be listed under there as Virtual Con for May 16th, I believe is the date. And they're going to have 15 of the 20 Lego Masters contestants available, including Mark and Boone, your faves. Jessica, Stam, Jermaine, Mel, Manny, and many others. All in the same room, so you get to have a huge conversation with all of them. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know a lot of our customers and stuff are going to join in there too. If you already signed up for Brick World for Chicago, you automatically get in to go see all 4 of the virtual cons for free. If not, it's only $9 for a single device if you want to see one show, or for $27 you get to see all 4. So that means you get one for free.
There you go.
We might even stream during that too. We might have some fun and just you could see us interact with us while we're watching them.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Riley's show, and then we will see you then. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you, Becca. We will see you guys then.
See
Have a good
ya.
day. Keep on building. All right, we are out. Peace.